What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to the Run the North podcast. I still don't know how to intro this thing. We don't have Jake this week, unfortunately. He's got some stuff going on, but it's okay. We've got Geek and I. We're going to talk about the second to last week of NFL games, preview the next week of NFL games, and probably bitch about the Pro Bowl along the way because the results of that came out today, like 2.5 hours ago, and they were terrible. So, before we get into that, Geek, how are you doing today?
I am exhausted. I am on this new medication and I was sick all morning, so that was fun. That was a great time. But that is what it is. I'm kind of better now. I'm just tired. I'm always tired lately, which is fun.
Fair.
Gotta do even more work all the time, trying to come up with stuff. But I don't know. Life's not that interesting. I stay at home 150% of the time. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I sat at this desk for a while. What about you? Anything fun happening with you? How you doing?
I mean, I got the webcam, so now I don't
Looking
look
crispy.
terrible.
Looking crispy.
Yeah. I think I've got it set up in a decent spot. I'm trying to look, but my half of my screen where I'm sitting on Discord is blocked off by my second monitor I have set up, so I can't see myself, which is very interesting. It's a very janky setup. I know.
Your setup is
It's not
something.
a good setup. Well, I wasn't equipped for having a dual monitor PC setup. I was equipped for having a TV and a PlayStation with a laptop that I'd put up every once in a while. And now I got this PC. I haven't adjusted yet. I have one small desk. I'm trying.
Dude needs to buy a monitor arm. That's what bro needs. He needs a monitor arm.
A monitor? There's another type of arm I can get other than this one?
Yeah, so you can
I can get an arm for
take
my
your
monitor?
monitors off their little stands, screw them into the arms, and move them around. That's how my monitors are positioned.
That's crazy.
How do you think my TV floats way up there? How long's it been since you've seen my desk? Hold on. Let me. I'm gonna send you pictures so you can see.
I think a while, because clearly I don't remember anything.
Golly, this guy.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, look at that. Look at this.
I'm not a freaking tech person. I don't know this shit.
There you go. There's how my desk be looking. All of these are connected to one thing. There's just one stand thing on the desk. Yeah.
Oh, that is something.
Yeah, my TV's way up there. Because
playing Fortnite right now?
Right now, no, that's not a current picture. That's an old picture. My God.
I was like, damn, that's insane multitasking.
Oh, I could absolutely be doing it. You have no idea. Dude, I'm a streamer. That's what I do. Talk to people and play video games. That's my job.
That's fair.
That's insane multitasking. Love it.
Oh, goodness.
Well.
Yeah, to avoid getting too off topic here, let's run through the Pro Bowl roster, shall we?
No. I mean, sure, but no.
Just real quick. We can talk about who we think got snubbed. And they're on my end, it's not all Bears players, I promise. There are some pretty rough snubs. This is just telling me by team. I don't want to know by team. I want to know by position.
I gotcha. I'm just looking at the NFL's thread. Quarterbacks, we got...
Yeah.
Quarterbacks, we got Purdy, Prescott, Stafford for the NFC, and Tua, Lamar, and Mahomes for the AFC. I don't think Mahomes deserves to be there.
I think he does.
Why? The worst year of his career, numbers-wise, he's worse than Russell Wilson. Why does he deserve to be there?
I mean, worst year of his career, but he's still one of the best quarterbacks in football. His worst year is still better than most quarterbacks' best year.
I mean,
the only thing I would entertain is putting Stroud over him, but I think the fact that Stroud missed a couple games is hurting him.
I think I'm saying deuces to Tua and Mahomes and going Stroud and Josh. They deserve it more.
I don't hate it. Who's the other quarterback? Lamar?
Yeah, Lamar's there. He's got to be.
Yeah, but so one of those two is going to get in inevitably because Lamar's going to the Super Bowl. So
Well,
they'll
that's
slide in as
fair.
an alternate
That's
eventually.
fair. I guess that's
So I can't
fair.
be too mad.
But man, I don't know. Mahomes, I know a lot of it's fan vote, and then players and coaches. I mean, they're voting for Mahomes because he's fucking Mahomes. I get it.
He's the best quarterback in football.
But
Yeah.
it's so, dude, I know if you want the real, like, look at, like, who's the best, you look at all pro teams. I miss Pro Bowls mattering.
Yeah.
You know, like, I miss Jared Allen's a 13-time Pro Bowler, and that means something. Mahomes is going to finish his career a 28-time Pro Bowler, and no one's going to fucking care.
Right.
Bro, Mac Jones is a Pro Bowler. That should be all you need to know.
No. It gets worse. Mitch Trubisky is a Pro Bowler.
I mean, that's pretty close to the exact same thing. I don't know what you want from me.
Mac Jones is a little bit better.
Neither guy belongs in the league. No. Trubisky can throw a ball more than 10 yards. Therefore, he's better. It's not accurate, but at least it can get there.
I was going to say,
it can get
Mac
somewhere.
Mac Jones can hit a receiver within 15 yards of the line of scrimmage accurately. Mitch Trubisky cannot.
I don't care. Trubisky can throw it 15 yards. This is worse than
moving
the
over to the
Mo
running backs.
Cox Hooper debate. This is awful.
Yeah, which is why we're moving on. I'm mad about the running backs.
Why is
Derrick
Swift
Henry
there?
and DeAndre Swift being here? Yeah, neither one of them should be here.
Okay, new question though. What NFC running back are you replacing him with? Kenneth Walker? He's missed too much time. I'm trying to think. Trying to think of guys who haven't missed time. And I'm just trying to base this off of off the top of my head, not looking at numbers.
Well, I'm pulling up numbers.
I'm just trying to go off the top. I don't think anybody in the North deserves to be there. We've used too many stables and then guys are hurt. Monty, maybe?
I was going to say, I'd make an argument for Monty. Saquon?
Oh, yeah. Saquon, Alvin Kamara.
It's a little bit of time, but he's
the
been
suspension.
better.
The suspension for Kamara.
Yeah, Monty I could get behind.
Bijan, no.
James Conner, low-key.
Yeah, James Conner, not a bad choice. I don't know. I just don't like Swift being there. I get he's got a bunch of yards, but dude, I'd have a bunch of yards. It's the fucking Eagles O-line.
Yeah. Even Tony Pollard.
No, he missed time, didn't he?
Rachaad White.
Oh, yeah. Hey, yeah. He's not bad.
Why is it Rachaad White in here?
Fair.
Rachaad White's top. Why is he not here?
Because
what are we doing?
You. How about the AFC side?
I don't like Henry being in there.
No, but who you giving the nod to instead?
I'd give it to Pacheco.
True. How much time has he missed though? I know he's missed some
2 games.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Well, you know who hasn't missed a game that I would give it to over Derrick Henry right now, and I hate to say it?
Who's that?
Najee. Najee's been better than King Henry this year.
That's tough. It's tough. Give it to Dalvin Cook, just for funsies. I mean, that's the same as who they gave a nod to at a different position.
Or freaking Travis Etienne.
Oh, yeah.
Who hasn't missed a game.
Etienne's been kind of awesome.
Or top 10 in rushing yards.
And he has a ton of receiving, too.
What are we doing? Yeah.
Derrick Henry is getting enough name value alone.
This year?
The King's getting in because he's the King.
Carry isn't great. Yeah. But, Raheem I get because he's was leading the league in touchdowns. He's top 2 in touchdowns, if not. And then James Cook's been awesome.
Yeah.
But DeAndre Swift and Derrick Henry, I really don't like being in there. Fullbacks is perfect.
Yeah.
It is the 2 that it should be. Kyle Juszczyk.
No, CJ Ham should be there, but it'll never happen, so it's fine.
Right. But speaking of which, talking about how Pro Bowls don't matter anymore, Kyle Juszczyk officially has more Pro Bowl nods than any fullback in NFL history.
Let's go. Well,
he's made 9 consecutive
It's because
Pro
now
Bowls.
they only let one Pro Bowl fullback in, and basically for most of his career, for all of his career, I mean, he's been the best fullback in football, so I get it. But
Right.
He's also the fullback most people know, and that's about it. Like,
Well, he's
we're
the
finally
fullback most
getting to
people
the
know because he is the best
right,
fullback.
but we're finally getting
like,
to the point where people do know other fullbacks exist. But even before, nobody knew anybody else's name.
Right.
Like
Still,
CJ
like,
Ham,
I just
it's
wish.
so unfortunate. He might be the alternate, though. I think he was fourth in voting total, like in total votes.
I'm pretty sure it went Juice, Ingold, Ricard, Ham. So.
Fucking Ricard. He doesn't belong there.
Well, Ricard won't get in over Ham because
know.
it's NFC AFC now.
Yeah.
Like, you're good, but.
So, weirdly, hopefully the
so we've
Niners
got-
make the Super Bowl, so Ham gets a Pro Bowl nod. Thank you. That's
receivers, the only guy in the NFC I'm bothered by a little bit is Mike Evans, but even then I get it.
I'm not. He's been
Like-
so good.
Right, and that's the problem. It's just there's been so many receivers in the NFC that have been incredible this year.
Yeah,
Like,
that's fair.
I think CD, AJ, and Puka are absolute locks. No argument, no debate. They're set in stone. The reason I say the only reason I'm a little bothered by Mike Evans is because I feel like there's 5 guys that have had just as good of a season as Mike Evans. And he's probably not the one I would have picked out of the group. Granted, I'm a little bit biased because I think DJ Moore should have gotten in. But like him, you can argue Brandon Ayuk. You can argue Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Should have been Justin
like,
Jefferson.
Receiver, I mean, just based off of him being Justin Jefferson, yeah, there's an argument to be made.
He only needs 110 yards this week to still be 1,000-yard receiver, and he missed 8 games.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hysterical.
Fucking JJ's too goddamn good. CJ Ham is a one-time Pro Bowler. I had to check. I couldn't remember.
I figured he was.
I didn't know because fucking Kyle Juszczyk. Ass.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the year that the 49ers went to the Super Bowl, who do you think was fulfilling? Yeah. But yeah, like CD and AJ have had incredible years. Puka's having arguably the best rookie receiver season ever.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he has the record for most yards by a rookie receiver now, or like total yards.
Maybe.
And then I'm pretty sure, if not, he's very close.
Yeah.
And then the AFC, I think they hit it on the head across the board. The only thing I would say is like maybe Jamar Chase, because he hasn't been super impressive statistically, but he's also catching passes from Jake Browning, so give him the benefit of the doubt there, I get.
He's third. He just passed JJ. He's still behind Jamar and Bill Groman.
Is that receiving yards or total yards?
Receiving yards.
Okay.
So maybe in total yards, but
I'm pretty sure what I saw was he's the top in yards by a receiver.
Oh, and he needs one more reception to be tops all time in rookie receptions. He's tied with Anquan right now at 101.
That's crazy.
The fact that a dude from 1960 has the most receiving yards in a season is insane.
The same thing for tight ends. Like,
yeah,
Nick
but
still
tight
has the
ends
record
are
for
bad.
Fair. But yeah, like with Jamar Chase, maybe not. He's still 11th in receiving yards. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's a
I'm trying to think.
1,100 yards.
See, my theory is I don't know numbers wise. I just know from watching games. I think it should be Courtland Sutton. Dude's been nutty all year. I don't know exactly what his numbers
700
say.
Receiving yards.
Yeah, and 5 game-winning touchdown receptions.
I mean, fair.
Bro's got 10 receiving TDs, and like, if we're gonna pretend Russ is bad, let's use that for Courtland Sutton. Like, if he had a real quarterback, he'd be good.
Yeah, I don't know. He has.
I get it.
I don't know.
I get it. I'm just saying the entire idea of watch the games, not the stats, says Courtland Sutton should be a Pro Bowler.
Yeah. The only guy I would argue in place of Jamar, looking at it statistically, would be George Pickens, just because he has very similar production on 30 less receptions.
Wow.
But then again, George Pickens is like incredibly inconsistent. So I get it.
Oh, Miller, I'm sorry.
tight ends pisses me off. It wouldn't be Laporta if Hawkinson was healthy.
No, it absolutely wouldn't. Hawkinson was leading the league in receiving yards for a tight end. I think Hawkinson probably led in votes ahead of Kittle. Maybe not, because Kittle's got the name value, though.
Plus, Kittle's been
for sure
insane this year.
For sure.
1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Like, he's had an insane year.
Hawkinson stuck at 960. I get it.
Yeah.
He would have had 1,000 yards too, damn it.
I can't get mad at this, though. Like, Kelsey, even though he seems like he's been he's been disappointing.
It's just
he still has 980 yards.
Yeah, it's the whole thing I said, where I see Kelsey retiring after, like, next year. Not because he's bad, but because he's not Travis Kelsey anymore, and he'll be... That's how a lot of greats are, unless you're a quarterback. Right. Quarterbacks like to see themselves be bad. A lot of greats at every other position are like, you know what? I'm not me anymore. I'm good, and I think that'll be Trav. I really do.
I can see that. I think it depends on what the Chiefs do next year.
Yeah, that's fair too. I think if they win another ring in the next 2 years, I think he retires at the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I can see that. I like the AFC tight ends a lot, though.
Yeah, David Njoku
was definitely the other pick. Like, shout out to Evan Ingram, because he's also been great, but Njoku's been on a different planet this year.
Yeah, Njoku's awesome.
Yeah. Offensive line, I can't get too upset about.
No,
I mean, it's your staples. I like the Deion Dawkins nod.
For sure.
I like the respect there. But Tunsil, Armstead, and then the 3 in the NFC, I think pretty self-explanatory across the
Trent
board.
Williams, Lane Johnson, Penei Sewell.
Yeah.
They've been the best.
Yeah, Sewell's been incredible. Trent Williams is the best offensive lineman in football.
Yep.
I get it. Guards, kind of the same thing. Dickerson being there might be a bit iffy.
I am going to be me about this. This is like the one spot I can actually argue a Viking for. Dalton Reisner has given up 0 sacks and like 5 total pressures this year. Dalton Reisner has been
but hasn't he only played like half the season?
No, he showed up in like week 4. And
really? I thought it was later than that.
I think it was week 4. Hold on, now I got to double check. You got me all scared. Dalton Reisner, though. The other thing is, and I'm going to, narrative the fuck out of this. The Vikings offensive line went from awful to one of the best in the league the minute he got there. Until last week where we let Green Bay murder us. He's played in 14 games, started 10. Reference.
Yeah.
So like week 4.
I can see why he didn't make it.
But like week
I don't
know.
I get that, but still, it's 10 games. 10 starts.
Fair.
Like that matters, especially for linemen with this. So, like, I get their perspective on it. I'm not saying you're wrong.
How many did Trent Williams miss, though? Because he was out forever. Well, at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think he missed 2 games.
Was it just 2?
Plus, I think. But also, to be fair, the name value there carries a lot.
For sure.
So, I don't know. Again, I can make the argument that Tevin Jenkins should be here, but he's missed a lot of time, so I'm not going to do that.
But I think he's worth mentioning for sure, because Tevin was awesome too.
AFC guards are definitely right, though. Nelson's been better this year. Joe Thuney and Joel Bitonio are incredible. Centers, I can't complain whatsoever here. I love Frank Ragnow getting in.
Yep.
One of the most underrated players in the league, period. Jason Kelsey, obviously.
I haven't watched enough. Seeing Linderbaum already being there is awesome and depressing at the same time. I wanted Linderbaum so bad, dude.
He's awesome.
So I love it, but I hate it because wrong purple.
Right. Yeah, Linderbaum's awesome.
Yep.
Defensive lineman, I don't have any complaints with either.
Nope, you're stoked. Even though you want to hate on the Pro Bowl, but they got one right, I guess.
Yeah, no, Dexter Lawrence has like 60 pressures as a nose tackle, as per usual. Aaron Donald. Hargrave's part of one of the best D-lines in football.
Yep.
I saw a lot of people bringing up Jalen Carter, but he's had like a crazy quiet back half of the year.
Yep. It suddenly... Dude, that whole defense has been bad. Okay, so I'm not even going to blame Jalen Carter. He's probably still wreaking havoc. It just doesn't matter because their secondary couldn't guard me.
Yeah.
Like, Their secondary. If somebody's
Yeah.
open in 2 seconds, what is Carter supposed to do? Like, that's just not realistic. So,
Right, yeah, I'm not trying to take any credit away from Carter. He's been awesome.
for
He's
sure.
been the best rookie defensive lineman in the league by a good margin.
Though
It's just
Will Anderson's
statistically,
getting there. Well,
yeah.
depending on how you view defensive linemen.
Will
I'm sorry.
Anderson's a D-end.
I still count outside linebacker pass rushers as defensive linemen. I'm sorry. They're fundamentally, they still do that. I know Danielle Hunter drops in coverage a few times. So is Javon Hargrave, though, so I don't want to hear it.
Right. Yeah, and then AFC, Chris Jones, Quentin Williams, Matabuike, obviously can't go wrong there.
Nope, that's
Defensive ends, I'm so happy.
I'm perfectly okay with it.
I was very scared that Montez wasn't going to get in.
No, he deserves to be there,
though,
for sure.
Like, he's been arguably the best defensive end in football in the back half of the year.
Sure.
I don't know if I'd go that far. I think I would probably lean more towards, like, Josh Allen. I think he's been out of his mind, and Trey Hendrickson's been great too. But Sweat's been incredible. And then Bosa, he's been quiet, but he's still been Bosa. Hutchinson's been like the only good player on the Lions defense.
As I told you earlier, I was definitely pissed when I first saw this because I didn't see number 99 and I was going to freak the fuck out, but we're all good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that. AFC said Trey Hendrickson has been awesome. I'm kind of surprised he's there, though.
He's been quietly incredible. I mean, 17 sacks. I don't know how the fan vote did him. Maybe the Bengals fans rallied behind him because they didn't have much else to rally behind. But I'm sure the coaches
and Hunter
and the players
are the two I'm surprised actually got there just because the name value's not there.
Yeah.
Even though they've been awesome.
Hendrickson has what, 17 sacks?
Yeah.
Something stupid like that.
Insane.
Like, he's been incredible. Yeah. And then obviously Myles Garrett, probably DPOY front runner right now. Max Crosby, same conversation. Again, I hate that they do the whole outside linebacker thing too, but I think they got all 6 of them right.
Yep.
Like, Danielle Hunter has been incredible, even though, like you said, nobody's talking about him. Micah Parsons, arguably the best all-around defender in football. Hassan Reddick, again, one of like the only good defenders in Philly right now.
Yeah, they've got like 3.
Khalil Mack's had a total career resurgence this year. Finally hit 100 career sacks. Josh Allen has been insane. I pray to the football gods this man hits the open market. I would give him every penny I have.
No.
Like, he's so good.
No, he's so not a Bear though. So not.
He's so a Bear. Him and Montez next year.
Oh, I keep seeing people talking about Danielle Hunter being a Bear, and do you know how hard I will cry?
Do you know how quick I'll buy his jersey simply out of spite?
Absolutely, as you should. As you should. Oh, God.
And then TJ Watt, obviously, very deserving.
For sure.
This is where my issues are largely. I mean, obviously, Fred and Roquan deserve to be here. No question. 2 best middle linebackers in football.
Yep.
No debate. They deserve to be here. Bobby Wagner being here in the year of our Lord 2024 is fucking hilarious.
Dude, it's so annoying. You watch Seattle and you can see Bobby Wagner is the slowest dude on the field, reacting to everything the slowest. He doesn't know what's going on. He's only here because he's second in the league in tackles, because to get a tackle counted, all you have to do is jump on the pile. Pretty sure I have 2 NFL tackles. I just looked that direction once. Jesus, man.
He's second in the league in tackles. And look, all credit to him. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yep.
The name value is incredible.
Yep.
He's not been better than guys like TJ Edwards, than Ivan Pace, than any other NFC linebacker with a pulse.
Davis. I'm trying to think you guys.
Bobby Okereke.
I was just about to say him. Even Devin White and Levante David.
Absolutely.
Devin White is having kind of a good year. Pete Warner,
Yeah, there are a lot of linebackers this year that have been substantially better than Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
And it's quite frustrating to see that he's getting the nod just because of the name value. I think the same kind of goes for Patrick Queen with Baltimore. Not as bad.
Right.
I'm just mad he got in over Foye. Foye has been incredible. I think he might be leading the league in tackles. If not, he's top 3.
What did Patrick Queen do this year? Is there like something he's
Stand
doing
next to
that's
Roquan
insane?
Smith.
No, but that's not. Well, that might be fair, but I'm going to pretend that's not fair for now. So he's, it might be Patrick Queen leading the league in tackles. I don't know if he is, but it might be.
No, it's not.
No, okay.
It's Zaire Franklin, who also is a major snub. I totally forgot about Zaire Franklin.
So
Zaire Franklin has 170 tackles, a sack and a half, 3 TFLs, 6 pass deflected, and 2 forced fumbles.
So looking at that, based off the extra numbers, right? Because 125 tackles, yes, that's less than 170, but just being the leader in tackles doesn't always mean something.
Right.
Patrick Queen has 3.5 sacks, also 6 passes deflected, 1 pick, and 1 forced fumble.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I don't
guess it's. I was worried it was going to be like really bad, but I guess I kind of get it. Those Zaire probably deserved it more. Yep,
Foye has more tackles, a sack less, 1 less TFL, 6 passes deflected, an interception, a touchdown, a forced fumble, and 2 fumble recoveries.
Yeah, it should have been Foye.
Yeah.
Who else exists in the AFC?
Foye, Zaire Franklin. CJ Mosley's quietly had a pretty good year.
I'm always going to say Logan Wilson.
Had a solid year.
Because I have to. Robert Spillane's been pretty good.
Yeah.
As
let's see. Quincy Williams was nuclear for like the first half of the year.
Yeah.
I would have given him a nod.
Yeah.
We forgot about Drake Greenlaw. We were talking about the NFC. He's had a pretty good year.
Yeah, but also fuck that guy.
I mean, I guess.
Because he punched TJ Hawkinson for no reason. So fuck that guy.
Who's leading the league in TFLs? Oh, it's Daniil. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He has 21.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, it's him and Max Crosby.
Oh, let's go. You know what? Good
and
company.
Then JOK with 20? Wait, why isn't JOK in the Pro Bowl? Because he only has 100 tackles.
So
3.5 sacks, 20 TFLs, 6 passes deflected, 2 interceptions, a forced fumble. That's a pretty crazy year for an
That's
off-ball
insane.
linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me JOK. But it's okay, because it'll probably be JOK and Foye anyways, because these two will be in the Super Bowl. So,
right.
Who cares?
But JOK's like one of the major pieces in a historic defense as well.
Yeah.
Like, I get the Pat Queen is too, but
yeah,
JOK's had a better year.
Moving on to corners, the argument of Dalton Reisner's games mattering is gone now. Because Jalen Ramsey's here.
Well, Ramsey.
If games don't matter, games don't matter.
value.
If games matter, they matter. And if they don't, they don't.
How many games has Ramsey played?
4?
He's played more than 4. Let's be real.
Sorry, 5. No. 9.
Really? That's it?
Yep.
Yeah, no, I don't know about that.
Yeah, no, I'm not okay with that. In my head, though, I'm trying to go with who do you put in for a corner above him, and I'm struggling a bit, and I don't know why. I just can't think of players today.
Looking at the NFC, though, they nailed it across the board. Deron Bland, obviously, with the record.
Where's
Ward has...
Where's Paulson Adebo? 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 I don't fucking care. He's a saint. Fuck that guy. Losers don't deserve Pro Bowls.
Yeah, Charvarius Ward being in here makes a ton of sense. He's one of the most underrated corners in football. Jalen Johnson has been the top corner in football, and I can say that without shame. And Devon Witherspoon has been incredible. He's been the best DB in Seattle this year, which is crazy given the year Tariq Woolen had last year.
Yeah.
And then AFC, other than Ramsey, like Surtain, Sauce, and Denzel Ward all deserve it.
I'm trying to go team by team in my head. It's just taken me a second. Should be Christian Gonzalez, but, you know, life got in the way of Christian Gonzalez.
I can see Rasul Douglas.
Yeah, that would have been
5 interceptions,
horrible.
a touchdown, 3 fumble recoveries, a couple TFLs. He's had a good year. Darius Williams has had a good year.
Yeah.
Martin Emerson. But I'm just looking at guys who have had good ball production, but like.
Yeah, I don't know. It just feels wrong for Jalen to get there when like nobody else who played less than 16 games did. That's not
right.
Nobody who played less than 14 made it in, but except for Jalen, which makes no sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if I had to switch him out, I would put Darius Williams in there. I know it sounds like I'm meat riding the Jaguars right now. I promise I'm not. But 19 passes defended, 4 interceptions, a touchdown, 2 forced fumbles, 3 TFLs.
Yeah.
50 tackles as a corner. Like, that's a damn good year. The biggest snub, though, is easily a certain safety in the NFC.
Which one are you going to say?
I was going to say Antoine Winfield.
Okay, yeah, okay. I thought you were doing the Bears fan thing and saying Jaquan Brisker, and I was like,
no.
I can make the same argument for Cam Bynum, but name value matters in the Pro Bowl, and Brisker and Cam have 0, so.
Yeah. No, Antoine Winfield has had an all-pro year. And that Buda Baker over him, who has had 0 ball production this year, is crazy.
Am I insane for, like, not getting the Julian Love thing? Every time I watch the Seahawks, he's the guy getting burnt. I swear, he's burnt toast
he had that
daily.
One game against the Eagles.
Fucking who cares? Everybody has that one game against the Eagles. It's the fucking Eagles.
That's fair. Yeah, well, he has... Let's see here. We got 4 interceptions, 10 pass deflections, a TFL, 116 total tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. That might have... 2 forced fumbles, a fumble recovery. I'm thinking the tackles might have played a big role in that, which I hate. I absolutely despise that.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, Cam Bynum had more tackles.
Because Cam Bynum has, like, actually been awesome. That's not just me being a Vikings... he has the most tackles out of any safety this year. By 2. Jesse Bates has 2 less. But Josh Metellus has been cool too. I just don't know what you even vote for him as.
I think he'd probably just be a safety.
Bro's taken 8 snaps at defensive tackle. Like, I don't know what you do with that guy.
Right.
But
yeah, like Antoine Winfield, looking at him, right?
Yeah.
12 passes defended, which is second most among safeties, only behind Kyle Hamilton. He has an interception, which is a little underwhelming, but is what it is. Or no, I'm sorry, he has 3 interceptions. I read that wrong. He has 1 touchdown. He has a forced fumble. Got 5 TFLs, 117 tackles. Like, I mean, if tackles matter, he's had almost as many tackles as Julian Love with every other stat.
And if tackles matter, where the fuck's Cam Bynum then?
Right.
If we're pretending that's the big key here, then get the best guy at doing that in there. God damn it.
Right.
I don't know.
And then in the AFC, Minkah Fitzpatrick, what are we doing?
What do you mean?
He's missed a bunch of games, and Geno Stone has had a better year pretty easily.
How many games has he missed? Oh, no, yeah, he's only played in 10, which brings back my Dalton Reisner argument.
Yeah. Yeah, you got Geno Stone, who has 9 pass deflections, 7 picks. Like, he's been and he's made, like, game-altering plays for the Ravens. Like, he's called a game multiple times this year.
Uh-oh. We froze a little. I don't know if it's an internet issue or a fun computer issue, but I'm going to take over and talk for a minute.
It is.
Sorry. You lagged.
Okay.
You lagged out for a second there. You're back. Yep.
Okay. No, I was just saying, Minkah Fitzpatrick, you're not telling me that he's done more than Geno Stone in the 10 games he's played.
Well, so I was going to say, yeah, he did. He took out Nick Chubb, so.
Okay. Well, Geno Stone's called game multiple times this year.
Yeah, and Minkah called season for the best running back in football.
Okay, we're not going to sit here and joke about injuries.
Oh,
That is not what we're going to do.
Yes, we are. We always do. What are you talking about? Everybody jokes about injuries. That's what you do. Yeah, I don't know. It's name value.
Yeah,
though, if we're going off name value, just put Derwin in for fun.
Right. But Jesse Bates, Justin Simmons, and Kyle Hamilton are perfect. Like, those 3, absolutely. Jesse Bates and Kyle Hamilton are also having all-pro years, and Justin Simmons has been incredible. I'd assume we can probably just run through kickers and punters. Like kickers, yes, Tucker, Brandon Aubrey, arguably the rookie of the year. And
Yeah.
Dallas has made what, like 36 consecutive kicks or something
He
stupid.
hasn't missed yet.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I
Which
think he's like 36 for 36.
I've seen how this goes twice, so he should miss. Start rooting for a miss if you're a Cowboys fan, because otherwise he's gonna pull a Blair Walsh or a Gary Anderson and get you sent home. He's never missed a kick. Boom, misses. I've seen this movie before. Force him to miss, Dallas.
Punters, Brian Anger, AJ Cole.
Cool.
Yeah, AJ Cole's awesome. Brian Anger, I don't know. You're the punter and kicker guy. How do you feel about Brian Anger?
I think that's fine. I think that's fine. I'm sure a lot of the Brian Anger hype is just because, cowboy, but I don't care.
Sure.
He's been good, and that's all you need to be. Trying to think.
Did I don't know. Do you have anyone else that could be?
There's a Chargers guy for return specialist. Who's the guy? He's been better than Mims at He's been the best in the league at returning everything. Mims just has a touchdown, and he doesn't. That's the only reason Mims is here, and I find that a little offensive.
Darius Davis.
Yes, thank you. Yes. Yeah, I think it should have been Darius over Marvin.
Rashid Shaheed found his way in.
For sure. That's fair.
I love Rashid Shaheed in the Pro Bowl. That's fun. And then special teamers, I'm not a special teams guy.
I know.
Jalen Reeves-Maybin, and he had a pass.
Yeah, but see, cool. I'm going to sound like a homer, so I don't want to. But Najee Thompson's been fucking insane, dude. Like, actually. But he's also...
I'm sure he has been.
Go watch last week when he forced the fumble on the Packers running 23 miles an hour down the field. We have our Tyreek Hill eraser. Let's go.
I will say, I'm sad that Nick Ballore didn't get in.
Valid.
Purely because it would have been a third fullback in.
There you go. But also, they don't have long snappers listed, but Andrew DePaula made it again, so let's go.
Bears legend.
Fucking guy. I forgot I have to hate
Bears
Andrew.
Legend Andrew DePaula. First rooting against his own long snapper.
Nah, definitely not. Imagine. I don't understand people like that. Or like when a player leaves your team, just hating them because they're not on the team anymore. It's like, bro, what? Unless he cried his way off the team, why do you care? Root for him. He's like your former dude. It's like, I'm rooting for you 99% of the time. The 1% you play us, fuck you.
Right.
I hope you lose. I hope you play well and you lose.
I want to double check something real quick.
What are we double checking? Oh my god.
Because I think we may have forgotten to talk about a legit Pro Bowl snub. I just want to see what he's done this year. And if we forgot, I'm going to be very sad because he's one of my guys. Well, let's see what he did statistically, so I'm not just yapping.
It's more fun if you just yap.
Interception, 5 passes defended. Well, yeah, I don't know about that one. Never mind.
Who was
We're
it?
not going to talk about. Well, I saw people on Twitter talking about my boy Derek Brown, but he has a sack and 6 GFLs. So
yeah.
Oh no, let's compare that to Javon Hargrave real quick, just for shits and giggles. Maybe I'm missing something there, but I'm sure Javon Hargrave has more than a sack.
Yeah.
His 8 TFLs and 7 sacks. Yeah.
Okay, so am I on drugs? Has Aaron Donald even had a sack this year? I swear.
Yeah,
I swear he doesn't exist. I swear I've not heard his name all year.
Unless Aaron Donald does something absolutely inhuman, people don't talk about him anymore, and it's sad.
Well, he only has 8 sacks.
8 sacks this year.
Which is better than last year, but he also missed time last year, so. Yeah, only.
Right. 8 sacks, 16 TFLs.
Man, I don't want to be that guy, but I want to be that guy. I don't.
But
I'm sick of Aaron
you're
Donald
about to tell
getting
me,
compared as like the greatest defensive player of all time. I I I don't even know if he's the
I don't know,
greatest of his
his prime
generation.
was insane.
He had one
Who would
incredible
you put
year,
ahead of him?
J.J. Watt, who did that one amazing
Okay.
year Aaron Donald had. He did that 4 times.
Well, you got to remember, he's a defensive tackle.
So was J.J.
JJ played end.
Sometimes he came into the league as a defensive tackle. Like yeah, he moved around. So does Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald comes off the edge a lot too.
I'm just saying, 5 years of 11 plus sacks in a row as a defensive tackle with over 14 TFLs every single one of those years is pretty crazy. Like, that's an insane prime.
Sure. Did he have 11? Oh, he did have that 4 years in a row. There was that weird 8 sack season just before that. Yeah.
He had it 5 years in a row.
Yeah. JJ.
Yeah. And then he had 11 years.
Should have been an MVP once, but got 39 tackles for loss is an insane season. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And then 29. Dude, JJ was insane. He's also more valuable because he also played tight end. So JJ won a playoff game once. That's all I know. And I don't mean his team did. I mean, he had a receiving touchdown, an interception returned for a touchdown, and a fumble forced and returned for a touchdown. And they won like 20-0 because JJ.
Hey, listen, I might be an old head, but I still stand by Mr. The Cocaine Giant being the greatest defensive player of all time.
I'm giving it to JJ, but I don't know. I get offended that JJ gets left out of the conversation, but we'll talk about Aaron Donald. Because, like...
Man, I get that.
Which is weird that he gets left out of the conversation, because, 3-time depoy, Only Aaron Donald and Lawrence Taylor have also done that. That's it. So... But none of that's important. We should move on to games because we are 45 minutes into this episode.
Oh, we are? Okay. Well, let's see here. What happened? Joe Flacco tore up the Jets.
Yeah, we talked about this last week, kind of.
Yeah.
Because we were recording after that game.
Yeah. Joe Flacco tore up the Jets, and it made the Jets cut Dalvin Cook. Next game.
Love that. Dalvin Cook, you are a Raven?
You are a McDonald's employee, I fear.
No, he's definitely getting signed, and you know it.
If somebody signs him, they are not a serious team.
That's so not true. Bro, have you met the Ravens running back room? They fall apart. They're going to have Melvin Gordon and Dalvin Cook as the 2 running backs on a Super Bowl team. Just watch.
God. That will do horrendous, irreputable damage to the running backs don't matter narrative. And a year where Christian McCaffrey's already trying to rip it out of the dirt himself.
Yeah. Fuck. Cowboys Lions.
Dude. Lions fans are crybabies,
dude. Can I just say this? Because for all the bitching they've done, the refs literally announce over the loudspeaker who has checked in as eligible. Dan Campbell, you stupid piece of shit who's too deaf. When you don't hear the right guy, call a timeout. Go yell at the ref.
Right.
Fucking do something. Taylor Decker, when you don't hear your number as the one that said, go yell about it. Don't just run the play anyways. That's on you. That's on you as a team being really bad at what you're supposed to do. Yeah, the ref made him fuck up. And I want to yell about the refs all the time more than probably anybody in the world. But this one's on you, man. This is just bad. And I do still want to try to fight the fumble at the back of the end zone thing, but I also get it. It's annoying, but like, I don't know. What do you do? What's the real answer? It is the only rule that helps defense. It still bothers me every time, but I don't care because how do you change it?
Real quick, with the whole checking in as eligible thing, two things. Number one, the billboard that is up in Detroit right now is actually the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. Like, dude, I get it. You're upset about the game, and I would be too if I was in that situation. Trust me. Putting up a billboard is just... You might as well have just put up a giant billboard that said, "I do not possess critical thinking skills," signed every Lions fan. It would have the same exact effect.
You know what it
is asinine to me.
Also, should we start having conversations about Dan Campbell's critical thinking ability?
Dan Campbell, but Geek, he has big balls.
I don't care, dude.
He has balls of steel.
Okay, the penalty calls that 2-point back, right? You run it again and you don't get it, right? Kick the fucking field goal or the extra point. I'm sorry. Just kick it. Just kick it. Go to overtime because obviously it's not in the fucking cards. You don't run the play 4 times and miss it 3 of the 4. That's so dumb. I totally understand the first attempt. Honestly, after the first one, though, when that gets called back, I'm just taking the extra point and moving on. Simple. Tough. Like, just wasn't in the cards today.
Yeah.
Defense, go make a play. Which they had been. In a game that should have been an offensive showdown, both defenses were the best units on the field. Fucking wild. I never thought I'd say that about this Lions team, because that defense is awful. But it was great this game.
I was going to say, I think that might be the one positive takeaway from this game, is just that this was kind of a statement win for the or not statement win, but statement game for the Lions defense.
Yep.
Like, if you can go toe-to-toe with the Cowboys offense and not stonewall them, but contain them, that's a really good sign for the playoffs. Now, I still think I need to see more from this defense before I'm confident in it winning any playoff games, but this was definitely a big step in the right direction. But yeah, and then real quick, I wanted to say too, I almost forgot, I lost my train of thought. The other thing with the no call, or not the no call, the 2-point conversion mishap.
Yeah.
You brought up the point of they announce who's eligible on the field, and Lions fans are saying they should have just called it back and given it to them. If you do that, you're essentially saying that that play would have played out the exact same no matter what, had they said number 68 is reporting eligible, and that's just not the case. Because, yeah, there were a couple guys in the area, but they are going to be playing him a lot closer, especially against the Lions, knowing how Dan Campbell is, if they hear that he's reporting in as eligible.
Yeah. Also, there's this whole other thing of the people. Will the NFL reverse their decision and give the Lions the win? No. See, the issue is this wasn't a play at double zeros where you could do that. Like, in a world where that was truly the final play of the game, there's no time on the clock, nothing else happens, maybe. But the Cowboys would have needed a field goal. And you haven't stopped CeeDee Lamb from getting 50 yards on a pass ever. CeeDee Lamb did whatever he wanted to that defense. The Cowboys had timeouts and only needed field goal range, which for Brandon Aubrey is like 60 yards. Like, they would have had to, you kick the touchback, they would have needed to gain, what, 25? You don't think the Cowboys can gain 25 yards? Really? Are you that dumb? Come on now. I can't stand it. I don't understand this whole... It's... The one call is not what swung the game. There's a lot of other things that... We talk about this all the time. The one call is not why you lost. Now, it was why you lost in that moment, sure.
Exactly.
But maybe you shouldn't have been in that moment to begin with. That's the answer on all these calls. And I want to bitch about the refs. But this isn't a spot that's really the decision here. Not really.
Yeah.
And no, this isn't just me being a biased Lions hater, because I hate the Cowboys more than I hate the Lions. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't stand unnecessary bitching. I
Yeah,
really can't. And
fair.
it's just, I don't know. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Lions fans have the entitlement of Packers fans, and I don't understand where it's coming
Yeah,
from.
no clue.
Because you've been good for a season and a half. And, like, yeah, you are an incredible football team right now. Your offense is one of the best in football. There are a ton of very talented football players on that team. Dan Campbell, despite some questionable decisions, has been a great thing for the city of Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think all of a sudden you're up there with the all-time great like fandoms? Why do you think you're up there with Cowboys fans or Packers fans or Niners fans or whoever else that have always had good football teams? What makes you think you're in that same
Or
realm?
even in your
Why do you think
division.
you're their
Like,
equal?
yeah, the Vikings don't have any Super Bowls because Lions fans love to bring that up. Well, you don't have any Super Bowls. It's like, bro,
Mhm.
at least we've been competitive once in our lives. Actually, we're always competitive. Have you ever noticed that? Like, a lot of fan
Mhm.
bases that are cocky are like always competitive. The Lions haven't been competitive since 1993. Chill the fuck. And they weren't even competitive. They
Right.
were a wild card team and got blown the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like,
And like,
come
listen,
on.
props to you for finally getting back to the playoffs.
I
But at the
agree.
end of the day, you're still down here with us, buddy.
Right?
You're in the same ballot as us.
And I don't want to be a
You
cocky
might be a
Vikings
year or
fan.
two ahead in your rebuild.
I don't think they're a
Yeah.
year or two ahead. They're a year, I guess. Exactly. Because it was
Ahead
exactly
of
a year
us, at
ago.
least.
Yeah. Ahead of the Bears, they're exactly a year. Because the Bears are doing the exact same fucking thing the Lions did.
Mm-hmm.
Now just
Yeah.
please go beat the Packers for me. Thank you. I need a lot more
Oh my
help
God,
than
I
that,
want
but
this so bad.
I need the Bears specifically to give. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
don't the Bears want to be the team that knocks the Packers out? Sure, it in a perfect world would allow the Vikings into the playoffs, but wouldn't the Bears rather knock the Packers out of the playoffs than keep the Vikings out?
Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
The only thing that worries me with that, and I guess we can talk about it a little bit. The only thing that worries me with that is the idea of like that being enough for the McCaskies to think that what we have right now everywhere is good and we don't need to make any adjustments at like major spots. Like for example, listen, the McCaskies are meat. George McCaskey specifically is a meathead. And there
Sure.
is nothing he wants more than to beat the Green Bay Packers. And I get it. I want to beat the Packers very badly too. However, beating the Packers next week should not save the jobs of anybody that is already on the hot seat, notably in the coaching staff.
I mean, Fluce's
And
job is
Justin
already
Fields,
saved, and they're not moving off Fields,
that
dude.
listen, I just want to say, first of all, the Fluce report, that wasn't real.
Oh,
That
no?
was Rappaport speculating, and it got
Oh,
screwed. Yeah. So basically, Rappaport, they asked him about it. He had to go back and clarify. It was just a misunderstanding.
sure.
Rappaport was essentially, they asked him about it, and he was essentially like, yeah, I mean, I think they're doing a great job, and I would be surprised if they got rid of Fluce, but nothing's set in stone.
Gotcha.
So, not even like anti-keeping Fluce. I just don't think 2 weeks ago, before the Falcons game, should have been like already sold on him staying around. If he wins this week in like notable fashion,
Sure.
there's a conversation to be had.
Sure.
But you still got to win this week. My point is, I just don't want that to lock up his job. I don't want it to lock up Fields' job either.
I think
because
Fields
there
is already
a
locked up.
conversation that needs to happen.
I think the fans with the 15-minute "we want Justin" chant finished that argument.
I know.
I really do.
Dude, I'm so conflicted on it. I'm so stuck on it.
I'm sorry. I don't know. Okay. I think it's kind of simple. If they keep Fluce, you keep Fields. Because you don't trust this staff to build a new quarterback. Because they already would have failed once. Like, love or hate Fields, they already would have failed once. Like, you can't let Fluce do it again. Yeah. If you keep Fluce, you keep Fields.
Right.
Which, I don't know if you love that if you're the Bears, but that is what that is. But you're also not... But the amount of compensation you'll get for trading the one pick is so much more than Caleb. Other than like
You're
trading
in
Justin.
a can't lose situation.
Mm-hmm.
You can't lose.
Right.
Because if Fields keeps playing like he just did against Atlanta, that's a franchise quarterback.
Yeah.
That was the single best. In fact, we'll talk about that now. That was the single best game of Justin Schuyler Fields' career.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. Maybe not statistically, but in terms of the throws, right. He should have had 3.
Sorry. Yeah.
Tyler Scott dropped 2. In terms of throwing with anticipation, reading the field, getting the ball out when he needed to, this was the best game of his career, bar none.
Ew.
What's your face you're making?
Do you know who the second leading receiver for the Bears was this week?
I think it was Tunyon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Cole played hurt.
Icky.
He wasn't on the field very much.
Icky.
like for context, Mooney has a concussion, so he's out.
Sure.
And Cole fucked up his knee 2 weeks ago, or not 2 weeks ago, the week before last, and only was active for this game because he has a streak of 65 games played without a miss. And so they said, hey, buddy, why don't you go out there? We'll have you block on a play or two, and then you can come out. And that's kind of what he did. So
I've seen a lot of people, right? Because Bears receivers suck outside of DJ Moore. It's bad. It's a bad place. That room's gross.
The wide receiver room, yes.
Yeah.
It's rough.
I've seen a lot of people talk about it, so I'm not saying they should. Are you gonna hate it if
KJ?
if they stick at 1 and pick Marvin?
If they stick and pick at 1 and take Marvin, yes, I will be heated.
You can't trade back and get Marvin. It's not possible.
That's okay.
Okay.
From what listen, this is
we haven't
off scouted
of who
yet.
Hasn't scouted
Sure.
Yet. Me either, so I get it.
If Malik Neighbors and Rome, however you say his last name, Adunze,
sure,
whatever his name is, if they are as good as they're supposed to be, where I'm hearing that they would be wide receiver 1 in literally any other draft class, I'm perfectly okay with trading down to like 7 and getting one of them instead of Marvin, on top of multiple first-round picks, maybe another player, and maybe later picks. Because at the end of the day, we have our game breaker and DJ Moore. We don't need another one to the point where we would have to stick at 1 and pick 1 when we could trade back and let somebody else trade up for a generational quarterback and give us $1 billion draft picks and other assets.
The 9th pick and Daniil Hunter.
No.
Damn it.
No, I would imagine. I don't know.
No, I know Poles wouldn't.
Because I don't.
No, Poles wouldn't make a trade with Minnesota. I just feel like, okay, that trade. I could see him trading, I don't know where you pick in the second round, right? But I could see him trading.
We don't have a pick in the second round.
Fucking yeah, you do. No, you don't. That's next year's Panthers second rounder.
We traded, and we traded our 2 for Tez.
Okay, well, whatever.
But there is a world where we trade down with Washington and get our 2 back, which would be so funny.
So, what I'm saying, though, is, Poles would do the same Vikings-Packers trade, right? Trading from 40 to letting the Vikings move up 6 spots in the second round. He's not letting us jump up and take Caleb Williams. That he just can't. Right. That doesn't make sense.
No.
And I hate it because I would love it if he would.
Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. Like I said, this game that Fields just played is, objectively speaking, the best football he's ever played.
Yeah.
In the NFL. I mean, he was making throws with anticipation. He was letting the ball rip from the top of his drop. He was doing his inhuman running the football thing. Like that one sack he broke where he literally had a guy draped around his leg and he shook it off and ran for a first down. No one else in the NFL is doing that. No one. You can say Lamar. Lamar doesn't have the lower body strength that Fields does.
Doesn't matter. He's fucking Lamar.
In that situation, it does. You need the strength to be able to shake him off.
No, Lamar would just teleport. That's what Lamar does. He's a wizard.
Oh, right. That's right. Lamar would cast Dimension Door and end up beyond the line of scrimmage. My apologies.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Duh. Have you ever watched Lamar? Might as well.
No,
I'm just fucking with you.
No, but in all seriousness, if we would have seen this Fields earlier in the season, I'm not even saying the first week of the season.
Right.
If we would have seen him like before the bye, instead of him getting hurt.
But you have seen him play this way. He has been playing, maybe not exactly at this level, but if you are like, when you go watch, you see how well Fields has played. He's still not in a good position. Cool, Getsy has like kind of figured out how to kind of call a play once in a while. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
This still, like, just watching Fields, I don't know, I still have faith in him. If the Bears truly want to move on, if I would love for him to be anywhere else. If the Bears want to move on, Atlanta, Minnesota, fucking all of them, call them. I'm sorry, because there's something with Fields, whether the Bears keep him or not. Like, so I'm gonna speak on this as a Vikings fan with where we'd be picking. I want Fields more than I want the 9th pick. Who's that going to be? Bo Nix? Even Jaden Daniels. You're hoping Jaden Daniels is Fields. Like, that's it. You're hoping he's what Fields is. Right. Like, I'd have him. I haven't watched enough Drake May to say anything about that. So I'd say at minimum QB3 as he is right now. Maybe you want May and Williams more. Mm-hmm. I definitely want Williams more, but that's because I'm one of the he's like the best quarterback prospect I've ever seen, guys. So,
I think realistically the situation boils down less to, do you think Fields is going to continue to play at this level? Do you think there's still something with Fields? And I think it more boils down to, do you think you're going to be able to pay Fields in 2 years? Would you rather reset with a rookie contract? Do you want to be tied to Eberflus in order to keep Fields?
You don't have to be tied to Eberflus to keep Fields, though. You don't have to be tied to Eberflus to keep Fields. You have to be tied to Fields if you keep Eberflus. That's the thing.
I mean, right, but
no, because if you keep Fields, you fire Eberflus.
Head coach.
Are you? What if it's Johnson or Bieniemy? Or
I mean, if you can guarantee you're getting a guy like that, yeah,
you can before you make a draft pick. Like, you do before you make a draft pick. And sign Fields now. Why wait for 2 years? Sign him now for $18 a year. Because you get to tell him, you can sign this for $18 a year for the next 3. Yeah, you could wait and bank on maybe getting that 35 number you want. Or you could be not on a team and be a backup somewhere making 4. And, like...
Well, it's...
I don't know. It's tough.
Situation.
It's insanely tough. I don't want to be the Bears front office right now. It's one of those things.
Right. But you also do, because you win either way.
What if
You're either getting... Ryan Poles would have to be completely incompetent to fuck up the situation completely.
You move on from Fields, trade him for a second, because that's what the world thinks he's worth, which is wild. You trade him for a second. Mm-hmm. You draft Caleb. Caleb sucks. Somehow. We've seen guys we thought Trevor Lawrence is generational and he's bad. He's not bad, but he's not good.
Bad.
He's not great like he's supposed to be. Like, what if you do that? What if you trade away Fields, draft Caleb, he tears his knee in half and never plays again? Then you're stuck in quarterback purgatory for the rest of forever. Like, this isn't a perfect situation. Or what if you you draft Caleb, you move on from Fields. Caleb's Trevor Lawrence, but Fields like becomes Josh Allen, or like that level of quarterback. That's a lose. This isn't a guarantee. No matter what you do, nothing is perfect. It's not a win-win. It's a win, maybe, lose, maybe. I don't fucking know. This is horrible. I don't want to be in this situation. It would be so much clearer if Fields was just Mac Jones.
Yeah.
That would be better.
Yeah. So Fields has made this decision incredibly difficult, and props to him, because I really didn't think he would.
Yeah.
Like, I was really worried he wouldn't, judging by how he was playing in the first half of the year. But, I mean, he's got the city behind him clearly. He's got all of his teammates behind him clearly. He's got the coach's vote of confidence.
Yeah.
And I know some of that they have to say that, but also
No,
like
you can
the
tell.
way they say it.
Yep.
Yeah, like DJ Moore, every time they ask me, he's like, okay, what makes him not my quarterback?
Go look at Minnesota and talk
DJ
about
to
anyone
say
that's not Kirk.
Right.
That's it.
Right. But like for DJ to say that the way he's ran through quarterbacks,
Yeah.
like he knows what bad quarterback play is better than like anybody in the league.
Yeah.
And for him to be like, what makes him not my quarterback? He's him.
Right.
I think that speaks volumes. Now, I don't think it speaks volumes to the point where if you trade Fields and draft Caleb, DJ Moore's going to demand a trade like some people think, because that would be idiotic.
Imagine.
DJ feels like he's winning either way, but
he wants Fields.
I don't know. Look,
and maybe that's just because it's
saying,
the first competent quarterback he's ever played with. I don't know.
Right.
It could be part of it.
I will say wholeheartedly, my dream scenario is Fields is the guy. We stick with Fields. We trade away the pick. We end up getting a player, a couple draft picks like we just did for DJ Moore, and then we trade down, get one of the other top 3 receivers, and an edge rusher. That is like, holy sweet bejeebus, Ryan Poles, I will kiss you and build your statue by hand myself while you hit me with a whip. Like, please. That's what I want. But I don't know.
At least your dream scenario is possible. Mine's not.
Right.
Like, okay, my dream scenario,
so,
I'm not a weirdo Vikings fan, so my dream scenario still involves us making the playoffs, because fuck it, why not? I'm sorry. I don't understand this. Well, we'll just lose in the playoffs anyways. Yeah, I'm sure that's what Eagles fans said when they had Nick Foles. And I'm not saying Nick Mullins can go on a run, but also, dude doesn't... Okay, Nick Mullins is the biggest, like, boom or bust quarterback on every throw that I've ever seen. Dude's just saying fuck it and chucking it, and I kind of love it. Because, like, you're not going to be Kirk. You're not going to dice up this other team. So fuck it, right? Just go make a play. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and that's fine. But our receivers are good enough. Fuck it. Go chuck it. Let's see what happens. Let's let it play. We could go on a 3-game tear and do something fun. We could go have fun. I'm never going to root for my team to lose. I can't do that. But let's say in this dream scenario, we get the 9th pick. Miracle Jaden Daniels falls, or we just take Bo Nix or JJ or whatever. I haven't watched enough to know who I want fully, other than Jaden Daniels is just the most fun option, so that's, you know, the hope.
Yeah.
So we take Jaden Daniels. The dream scenario for me is we don't know if Daniil wants to be here, so you franchise tag him, you trade him for a first, and go get a... What is his name? Jerzon Newton? The Illinois defensive tackle.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
Illinois guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Because we need defensive line help. You know why that can't happen? We can't franchise tag Daniil. It was like a whole part of the agreement for his extension. No.
Oh.
No, we actually have money.
Better. Oh, okay.
So we like actually just have to re-sign him, which is terrifying because I don't know if we will, because he's 28.
A world where Daniil's a Bear.
There's legitimately a world where Daniil's not a Viking. He will never be a Bear. He wouldn't do that to us.
I think if the money's right, he would.
Nah. The Bears aren't offering him what he needs.
That's what I said about Adrian Amos.
The Bears aren't offering him what he needs.
That's what I said about Adrian Amos.
The Bears aren't offering him what he needs. You got to double what you're giving Montez, and you're not going to do it. So... I don't even know how much you're giving Montez. I don't know if that's accurate.
Insane.
No, he's gonna want
Montez as of right now he's as of right now a top 5 highest paid edge.
Yeah, Daniil's
that
gonna
last
want
because
to
of
be
all the
one.
guys up for what.
Daniil's gonna want to be one, and he's not gonna accept anything other than being one, unless maybe it's Minnesota because maybe he just wants to stay, and like we're the only team that can sign him to the 3rd highest contract.
What if he wants to give Minnesota the middle finger?
He definitely doesn't, because he wouldn't have signed the deal in the offseason. He wouldn't have signed the small extension to stay. If he really wanted to be gone, he had every ability to be gone. Like, he could have been.
Yeah.
He wanted to be there. Okay, let's move on to Texans.
I
want
to say one more thing real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Bears defense, obviously incredible. We know this. Top 5 defense in the league right now.
Mhm.
I'm going to say something absolutely crazy, but I stand by it wholeheartedly. Tyreek Stevenson should be getting Defensive Rookie of the Year hype. He's been incredible. I mean, we're looking at a guy with 4 interceptions, 15 passes defended, both in the top 10 among all players, not just rookies. He's been a major factor in one of the 5 best defenses in football. He's been an incredible force in the run game as a corner. And considering the slow back half of the year Jalen Carter's had, and the fact that Devon Witherspoon is on a lackluster defense, and Will Anderson's probably going to get it, but I think Tyreek Stevenson should legitimately be in the conversation. I'm not saying he would be my pick. There needs to be a conversation had.
Don't worry, I'm going to be a homer about that later too.
Well, if you say Ivan Pace, I'm not going to argue with you. I think he also has a claim to it.
Yeah.
But Tyreek Stevenson, I mean, he's coming off a game where he just had
Tyreek's
2 interceptions and 5 passes defended. Yeah.
I'm a little offended.
And he's doing all of this.
How did he get Defensive Player of the Week, but not on the list for Rookie of the Week? I don't understand how that works.
I don't know, dude.
Did the NFL
ridiculous.
Forget he's a rookie? I don't know what happened.
Yes, I don't know.
He was too good to be considered a rookie? I don't.
Yeah. But just this rookie class as a whole by Ryan Poles needs to be studied. Because it was on full display in this game. You had Tyreek Stevenson with 2 picks. Roshan had 70 yards and a touchdown. Jervon Dexter had a sack and a half. Darnell Wright was awesome.
The entirety of this
and Terrell Smith's been great stepping in as the 4th corner.
Has been insane.
Remember how weak we were told it was?
No, but that's mostly because I remember the year before when it was awful. You know, the Kayvon Thibodeau Aiden draft.
Yeah. Now, this past year, it was supposed to be a pretty weak draft class, and it's been incredible. I mean, we got 5th-round rookie receivers breaking all-time records. We've got C.J. Stroud having an MVP caliber season up until he got hurt. We have some of the defenders playing seasoned veterans, clearly.
Undrafted guys playing awesome. We've got 4th-round corners who everybody said were awful being great. This year's been, and maybe the best of all of them has been out since week 6. Christian Gonzalez.
Gonzo get hurt that early?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, I knew who you were talking about, but it just didn't process with me that it's been that long. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Last year's draft was just insane. We had one guy who's definitively bad, and that's based off a year, so it's not even valid.
Right.
For guys who were expected to play. I'm sure you can point at a 7th-round guy who got a snap and was awful, but I don't care. I mean guys who were expected to play, because some of those 5th-round guys were expected to play. We all knew Mekhi Blackmon was playing in Minnesota. This isn't news.
Right.
We all knew Ivan Pace was playing. Well, most of us knew. I'm sure somebody out there was sure he was getting cut, and you're dumb. I don't know what to tell you. He's been wearing the green dot since the first preseason game. I don't. Which is insane that Flores likes him that much. But class was ridiculous.
And speaking of rookies who have played really good, the Titans have one. He didn't have a great game because the Titans got mollywopped. Yeah, Tyjae Spears is who I'm talking about.
Oh.
He had a rough game. Don't look at this game, but look at any other game he's played in.
Don't look at this game where he had 6 carries and went nowhere.
He has been, unironically, the best running back in Tennessee this year.
Yeah, but is that saying
he's been
much?
Awesome.
Alexander Madison would have been the best running back in Tennessee.
Okay. Either way,
Derrick Henry's
Texans
been bad.
good win game. C.J. Stroud came back and said, "Fuck the Titans."
Will Levis got hurt again. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill.
And also
earning a job.
Yeah. Ryan Tannehill, pack your bags. You're winning an all expenses paid trip to Atlanta.
I was gonna say Denver, but all right.
I mean, Arthur Smith's probably gonna be gone. Never mind.
Yeah.
Get back your bags. You and one guest. Ryan Tannehill, it has to be. You can't pick anyone else. You and one guest are getting an all-expenses-paid trip to Denver to join Sean Payton's staff. Woo!
The downfall of Sean Payton would be incredible. I'm here for it. I want to see it. Watch it be Jameis.
This guy.
Watch it be Jameis. Dude, I don't like Sean Payton. You know this. And
if it's Jameis, I will hop on the fuck Sean Payton train.
Oh, it will be. He loved Jameis. The answer, it would be he'd pick
Jameis,
Teddy,
but if he brings
but
him
Teddy
in,
already announced his retirement, and it's sad.
Isn't Teddy going to coach football?
Yeah, he's retiring at the end of the year, which is why it hurts me that Lions fans are so dumb, because I kind of want to root for the Lions run just so Teddy gets a ring to retire. But, I also don't want to deal with Lions fans if they win a ring.
Right.
The Ravens kicked the absolute shit out of the Dolphins and then kicked some more.
Yeah, sadly.
The Dolphins now know what it feels like. If I hear one more Dolphins fan or anybody bitching about the Ravens brought in their second string and kept scoring touchdowns, what are you doing? Did you watch the game against the Broncos, you fucking losers? I'm sorry. Mike McDaniel, you decided running up the score was allowed. Now teams will do that against you. You did this. Sorry.
And you don't hear Mike McDaniel bitching about it. I'm sure if you asked him about it, he'd be like, yeah, man, I'd do the same thing in his spot.
Right?
What do you want me to say?
What do you want us to do? If you don't want us it's the Cam Newton attitude. You don't want me to score. You don't want me to celebrate? Fucking stop me. It's that simple. Yeah. It's always been that simple. I'm cool with blowouts. Run up the score. I don't give a fuck. Sorry.
Yeah. We got to talk about the best fullback play of the year though in this game.
Oh, the catch. I was like, what are you talking about?
One-handed tutty.
The left tackle out there catching touchdowns. I think
I'd see the day where we got Ricard reaching up behind him like that to bring a ball in with one hand. Cinema. Literally the greatest thing I have ever seen.
It weirdly bugs me. Lamar had 3 incompletions. I'm pretty sure only one of them was not a good throw. The other 2 were good. Rashad Bateman dropped one that wasn't a perfect throw, but you got both hands on it. Catch a fucking ball, loser.
Right.
Dude, that's insane.
The whole quarterbacky thing is so funny. Have you seen that?
Looks pretty quarterbacky to me.
Yeah, 321, 5 touchdowns, 18-21.
I've been saying this.
This is...
Look, people are going to hate me, but I don't care. Go fuck yourselves. There might be an argument for Lamar, not just this year, but in general, being the best quarterback in football. I don't care about Mahomes' arm talent. I can't
put him over Mahomes.
I can. I've watched the last 5 weeks where Mahomes can't throw an accurate pass. Not one. He's inaccurate all the time. When he is accurate, his receivers drop it. It's a problem. Mahomes is not playing like Mahomes right now. And if he stays playing like this, Lamar's been insane. And Lamar continues to always be insane when he's healthy.
Historical precedence tells us that Mahomes will not continue to play like this. Mahomes has no help.
We've never seen Mahomes play bad.
Offensive coordinator.
And I can't say that. Andy Reid is his play caller. I don't care that Matt Nagy's on the team. He doesn't do anything except talk shit.
That's just not true. Now, if Matt Nagy is in the room, his opinion is being heard, it's being taken into account.
No,
then why is he
Then why was the argument that Eric Bieniemy
can't
get a job? Eric Bieniemy can't get a job because Andy Reid did everything. You can't have it both ways. You get it one way. That argument
was stupid to begin with.
It's still the argument.
People are
still saying that shit.
I was never anti-Bieniemy.
I'm just saying,
I don't care
Andy Reid is still the mastermind. He's calling the plays. He's doing everything. Sure, Nagy's there. Nagy was there the first year of Mahomes. Was he not? No, he wasn't. Was he? No. Yes?
He was there for those first 3 games. Mahomes was there, and then immediately after got the Chicago job. Yeah, when Mahomes came in the last week of the season for Alex Smith, he was there. after that,
Right.
it was Eric Bieniemy.
I forget Nagy wasn't there for the first year of Trubisky. That's where my brain was getting stuck on. My bad. But that year, the Chiefs were the 1 seed and went to the AFC Championship with Alex Smith. Matt Nagy has been on that staff when it's been okay. Mahomes playing badly is not on Matt Nagy. You can talk about the drops all the time, but you want to say historical precedent says Mahomes will play better. Historical precedent says we've never seen Mahomes play bad. We don't know if he will play better. There is no fact behind that.
Okay, I'll put it this way. I am not giving Lamar the edge over the most talented quarterback who has ever touched a football because he's had 5 bad weeks where he has no one to throw the ball to except for a hobbled old 30-plus-year-old tight end.
Hey, Rashee Rice is like leading the league in receptions in the last 6 weeks.
Because that's all Mahomes has. He has one rookie who I didn't like coming out of college.
Me either. I don't know if I like him yet either.
Yeah. No, he's been good this year. He's making me eat my word so far. I won't deny that. But if that's his only pass catcher, he's having to play hero ball because the offense is different.
Okay.
He doesn't have as good of a line. His wide receivers are not there. Travis Kelce is hobbled and isn't dominating games. We had this conversation 20 minutes ago.
I know. I get all of it. But I don't know. We moved Josh Allen out of the top 2 and into the 3rd and 4th spot based off the same things. He has Stephon Diggs and nobody else. Always has. Because now that Mahomes gets a little less help.
Had this for more than 5 weeks.
Okay. But no, my point is we move him down based off of the weapons around him are bad. We see him playing better than... When can you show me outside of his rookie year? So since he's had Diggs, can you show me a time where Josh Allen over an 8-game period has played as bad as Mahomes in the last 8 games? No. Even with 0 help outside of Diggs, which is the same as having Kelce. And I'm not trying to say it's like this clear thing, but you're trying to pretend Lamar's not close, and I don't like that.
I'm not saying Lamar isn't close. Lamar's the second best quarterback in football at this moment, in my opinion. I'm not putting him above Mahomes.
I want to. I want to so bad.
Listen, this is going to sound stubborn, but I don't care. This is how I feel, and I had an all-time great staring me in the face. Lamar would have to move head earth and then some for me to put him above Mahomes.
That's insane.
I don't care. I feel about Mahomes the same way I felt about Brady. There is no one that is going above them when they're still playing good football. Even if Mahomes isn't playing like himself, he's still one of the.
But you're arguing
like one of the best quarterbacks in football.
Your argument now is entirely like the Rodgers Brady argument. It's every argument. No matter how bad he plays, Mahomes can never throw another touchdown again, but Lamar will never be better because I've seen Mahomes play good once. It's ridiculous. He has to move heaven and earth. You mean by being the best quarterback in football? That's moving heaven and earth.
You got to remember too. I don't do the whole ranking quarterbacks based off a season thing. No, historical precedence matters.
Yeah,
this is the first time we have seen Mahomes not be perfect, and it's been 5 weeks.
And we've seen Lamar be incredible his entire career. You're factoring in injuries as if that's playing bad. What has happened every year when...
Did I say anything about injuries?
No. But what I'm saying is you're saying historical precedence. Historical precedence says Lamar is always the best quarterback in football until he gets hurt. He leads the league in everything, has the Ravens as the 1 seed, gets hurt, and then he's out.
I mean, if you were going to pull the Mahomes has been bad for 5 weeks card, then I will pull the injury card because being on the field matters a lot.
Okay.
I mean, if we want to be like that, I will be like that.
I'm not just saying it's not just a 5 weeks thing. I've always wanted to ride for Lamar. Now I just have an opening too, so I'm taking it. Because, I'm still the guy who's ranked Lamar in the top 5 every year of ever. Since he won his MVP, Lamar's been a top 5 quarterback. And so I'm pushing for being number 1 now because he has the opening. He's still playing incredible. He's always been incredible. Even when he has no weapons, he's incredible.
I'm still not putting him over Mahomes.
Fair enough.
He's not better than Mahomes.
He might be better than Mahomes.
Yeah, he's QB2 right now. I will say that happily with my head held high in praise of Lamar, because I love Lamar. I don't want to say bad things about Lamar. I'm very happy to say he's QB2, but Mahomes is like, Mahomes is like a Greek god. You can't not. I don't know. Maybe I sound too much like Chris Collinsworth. But
Mahomes is Rodgers, damn it.
Mahomes
and you always
is
had somebody over Rodgers. No, because
Mahomes
Brady was never the most talented quarterback in the league. Never once. He was never close.
Okay.
And your whole argument is based off him being the most talented.
Of Brady and Rodgers. Mahomes is Brady and Rodgers put together.
How?
Literally. He has the success and the accolades of Brady, and he has the talent of Rodgers put together into one
two Super Bowls and 2 MVPs. Lamar's about to get his second MVP and win a Super Bowl. I don't know. That's close enough for me.
I can't agree.
There's lag here. I love that. Love the lag. All right, we got to move on, though. We don't have time for this.
Plus,
none of it matters.
That Rodgers would have been the best quarterback if he didn't have Brady to go back and forth with. And Mahomes is the closest thing in terms of like consistent success and whatnot that we have to Brady right now in the league. It's not like we have someone else that's like, unless Brock Purdy wins like 5 rings in a row, then we don't have a quarterback.
Niners aren't winning a ring with Brock Purdy. I'm saying it now.
They're winning one this year.
No.
Also, I want to acknowledge, or I want to point out, I didn't whip out Brock Purdy because I'm trying to say that Brady and Brock Purdy are similar in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying a quarterback that isn't quite as talented but is more successful argument would apply in that type of situation.
Couldn't we use a good one like Burrow? Burrow's not quite.
That's actually like way better.
Yeah,
Burrow's just not in my brain because Burrow's not in the league
just
right now.
Brady.
So
like realistically, Burrow's just Brady. Like
yeah, but without
they both play the same way. Burrow even is the guy where you look at every other star and you go, well, he doesn't really have the arm of, the Mahomes is. Lamar doesn't have like the cannon, but just like the constant accuracy, and it's still he has a bit stronger of an arm than Burrow, but like Allen, Mahomes, Lamar, these guys that are just fucking freak, Herbert, these guys that are just freaks. Brady was never the freak. He was just
Burrow. Yeah. Burrow's the right answer there. I just wasn't thinking about Burrow because Burrow's been hurt, so Burrow's not on the brain.
Yeah.
But yes. No. It's not like the point is it's not like Mahomes has Burrow winning rings and MVPs. Mahomes is consistently getting knocked out in the conference championship. It's Mahomes doesn't have anyone to stand next to him in terms of talent or accolades right now. So he is above and beyond the best quarterback in the league. Now Lamar is second, and I will stand by that, and I will agree with that 100%.
I don't know who
think
I put
the gap
third.
is like monumental. I mean, right the second, probably Josh.
And then who do you put at 4 and 5? Because Burrow and Herbert have been hurt.
Right. Then it gets
Dak
weird.
Goes at 4, I guess.
Right.
CJ Stroud goes at 5 because who the fuck else you taking? Nobody's been good.
Right.
Quarterback play. I've never seen quarterback play this bad ever.
Speaking of quarterback play, it's not even quarterback play being bad. It's defenses being better.
That's also fair.
That's what no one's talking about.
I mean, but it's some quarterbacks just being bad because, like, even Mahomes doesn't look Mahomes.
Some of them are having down years. Yeah, some of them are having down years, but I think like across the league, it's more defenses being good than anything.
That's fair.
Speaking of defenses being good and making quarterbacks play bad, Baker
wasn't that bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't that bad. I know he had 2 picks, but I don't care. A lot of guys throw picks. That doesn't matter. No.
It wasn't what I wanted.
Not at all. And then Derek Carr pretending to look good is annoying. It's all right. Baker just has to go beat Carolina, and they're division champs, so it's fine. Saints, nice try, but you still aren't winning. Fuck you.
Yeah. Listen, the only thing I care about from this game, the literal only thing I care about, we had 2 Adam Prentice touchdowns, and one of them was a 3rd and long fullback draw, and he converted.
Yeah. The only thing I care about is Chris Godwin. Stop running out the back of the end zone, you fuck. Dude, I thought Baker was about to work some magic. So as an Oklahoma fan, I've seen him work magic before. You got to use college days because he hasn't had a lot of chances for magic in football, except his first game with the Rams, but we don't bring that up,
I was
apparently.
going to say, that was magical.
Right. Baker's got some of that magic, and I thought he was working it again, and I was so hyped. And then they, called it back. I thought it was about to be, onside kick time because they'd already, whatever. No, we're making him run another play. It's like, bro, damn, that sucks. Poor Baker.
Yeah. But losing a football game in which the team you play second leading receiver was Taysom Hill is a bad look.
Yeah, that's not great for sure. Can't argue that. Bills tried to lose, which would have been funny. Lose to the Patriots when you're fighting for the playoffs. The AFC is so weird. The Bills are either going to be the 2 seed or not make the playoffs, and I think that's hilarious.
It's so funny. It's so funny.
The AFC, man, it's something. Are the Eagles lost? Is it done?
Hold on. We are flying through games here.
Yeah, we have to.
I guess the Bills and the Patriots. There's not a lot to say there.
No.
Good point. The Bills are just bipolar. I don't know what's going on. The Eagles, they got dorched. That's all I got to say about that.
When the Eagles get bounced quickly by the Buccaneers in the first round of the playoffs, is Nick Sirianni's job gone? We watched the Eagles do it to Doug Peterson. So,
right. I like Nick Sirianni.
Yeah.
As this CEO type of coach where he's just running everything, making sure everything's where it needs to be, and is relying on his coordinators. Right. But when your coordinators suck, you have been incredibly underwhelming. And if you lose in the first round, I think he's going to go. I should say maybe not coordinators suck. I like Sean Desai. I think he's been dealt unfair hand in Philly just because he doesn't have the talent.
Who?
So it's tough. The defensive coordinator in Philly, Sean Desai.
You mean Patricia?
I thought Patricia's calling plays, but I'm pretty sure Desai's
is Desai still there? Why? What? How do you have a coordinator not calling defensive plays? What? I don't get
You're
that.
upset with what he's doing. Yeah, Desai's still the coordinator.
That makes no sense, but okay. Cool.
Yeah. I forgot about the Patricia calling plays thing, but I mean, he doesn't have the talent. They didn't have a linebacker core, and they still don't. The secondary, everybody is apparently washed because even Big Play Slay isn't playing like Big Play Slay anymore. James Bradbury's been terrible. The safeties aren't good. Kevin Byard trading for him has done absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And then offensively, you have an offense that's built around running the football. Yet you insist on running I've said this on every time I've talked about the Eagles offense. This has been my biggest takeaway. You have an offense that's built around the football, but you insist on only running the football out of shotgun.
Yeah.
Not how
because
football
Swift
works.
Can't
you cannot only run out of shotgun.
A line. You can't.
And not only that,
and you don't have another running back.
Becomes predictable. Right. You can't do anything but run inside zone and duo.
Yeah.
Outside of gun. And when that's the case, when you can't run the ball to the outside, your run game becomes stale and unpredictable, and teams know what's coming. And when the Eagles can't run the ball to establish play action, they can't set up these crazy deep shots to A.J. Brown. Their offensive line, it's clearly taking a toll on them because you've got guys just not playing up to where they need to be. Cam Jurgens has been terrible this year. He is not what he needs to be as a guard.
The entire offensive line, I'm not going to say is taking a
tough.
step back, but like we talked about, the refs are paying more attention to the Eagles O-line than ever before. Whether it's actually different or not, I have no idea. It's just they're getting a lot more calls.
Right.
I couldn't tell you if they're doing something different. But that, yeah. And then when your entire game comes down to Jalen Hurts go throw it around, that's not his game. He's obviously good at it because you're still competitive no matter what, but that's not what you want to do with Jalen Hurts. And
Right.
suddenly
I was gonna
Jalen
say,
Hurts
this isn't.
is getting all the blame for everything, which makes no sense.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. I was gonna say, this isn't a slight at Hurts at all, but the Eagles have an offense that they really need play action
Yeah.
to survive. Like that is so key for them. And not only play action, but like the RPOs they were so good at running,
Yep.
they need those as well.
Yep.
Those help Jalen Hurts tenfold. It gives him opportunities to read the field a little bit easier, to do what he needs to do to play his style of football. And his brand of football fucking works.
Yeah.
But you're not doing that in Philly. That's like DeAndre Swift making to the Pro Bowl is criminal because he has been a hindrance to their offense more than anything. He might be productive, he might be exciting, but because of him, they can't do anything. I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound like I'm trying to push an agenda, but I shit you not, I legitimately think it would be massive for the Eagles. They need a fullback or just somebody back there.
Yeah.
Even if it's just putting like Dallas Goedert in the backfield from time to time.
Yeah.
Whatever it has to be. If they could run the ball from under center and operate under center a little bit, that would do so much for their offense. Like my favorite example of what happens when you try to get too cute with running the ball out of shotgun is the Pittsburgh Steelers of last year. Because, and I know it's crazy to compare the Eagles to the Steelers given what we've seen offensively from them.
Sure.
But last year, they operated solely out of shotgun because that's what Kenny Pickett was comfortable in and Matt Canada ran with it. What do you think their most ran outside run play was last year?
Oh, we talked about this, but I got I don't remember. Fuck. I don't remember.
Sweeps.
Oh, that's right, because it was fucking stupid. That's what my brain was doing. What was fucking dumb.
That was the only right.
Yeah.
That was the only way they could attack the edges of the defense through the run game was jet sweeps with Gunnar Olszewski. If I could talk, good lord, that is a box that they boxed themselves into, and they've moved away from this year. And look at how they've benefited. Look at how good Najee Harris has been this year. How good Jaylen Warren has been this year, because they've been able to move away from that. They didn't even have to add a fullback. They just put Connor Hayward in the backfield from time to time. And sometimes they don't even need to do all that.
And
they just
wait,
run
but they
the ball,
had a fullback last
shotgun.
year. They just don't this year, which is weird. The Steelers.
Yeah, well, they had a UDFA that they liked, but then he retired before the season started.
They could have brought Derek Watt back.
They were in a weird spot. I don't know if Derek Watt wants to play football anymore.
I don't know.
I think Derek might be hanging him up. By the way, the point is, Philly has a problem. And I know it's crazy to say it because we're in the year of our Lord 2024. People only care about throwing the football. But it is all reliant on them not being able to run the football. Philly not being able to run the football has been the downfall of this football team. You can put a lot of it on Brian Johnson. You can put even more of it on the running backs they have. They should have drafted somebody this year. Went out and got like a Chase Brown or a Roshan Johnson or whoever else instead of trading a pick for DeAndre Swift. When, he's been productive, but he has held back your offense.
You know what
tenfold.
they needed? Actually, Rashad Penny to actually be there. I think Swift and Penny as like a duo would have been sick.
Also could have worked it out.
But like, I think Penny not being a real player has been a problem for them. And I don't know if Penny, the issue there is like he's, coming off the injury, he's just not that guy anymore. Or if he like shit in Sirianni's Cheerios. I don't fucking know what happened there. But it's like one of those two options. He either really pissed somebody off or just like isn't him anymore, which sucks.
You know what would have been great for them, very ironically?
Alexander Madison.
Well,
I don't know.
But I was saying picking Michael Carter up off waivers midseason.
Oh, yeah. The guy who just, that would have been cool.
Torched them, ran for 61 yards, 8.7 yards per carry. He would have been a big help for them.
He would have been cool. How about Kyler Murray,
he can actually see the football field. Kyler Murray's incredible.
I had this talk with somebody last night, though, where I was like, nah, dude, the Cardinals are sticking with Kyler no matter what. Because he was like, they might move off of him. And I was like, nah. And he's like, well, they did fall out of, Caleb range. So I guess they have to stick with Kyler. It's like, no, dude, I think they're You know what Caleb Williams is? Realistically, he's Kyler. Taller, better Kyler. But you know what him being, 5% better than Kyler does for the Cardinals, fucking nothing.
Right.
Especially with the cap you'd eat moving on from Kyler anyways. Like, you gonna move on for Drake May, who, like, I don't think's as good as Kyler? Or I don't even know if he has the potential to be as good as Kyler. I think Kyler might be the most underrated motherfucker in football. Don't care. Any position.
Yeah,
Don't
I've
care.
been saying this for months.
Golly.
Yeah, no, moving on. Well, did you see what Gannon said about Kyler?
Oh, that he's the quarterback.
When asked this exact question? Yeah, no matter what, he's
that's
the
what
guy.
sparked it. Yeah,
and he is.
But somebody was like, "Well, that's just because they fell out of Caleb range." It's like, I think he was just the guy. I think if they had the number 1 overall pick, they're taking Marvin Harrison. That's what I think happened. Like, had they stuck at 1, they're taking
I think
MHJ.
They would have traded down.
I don't, because they needed a weapon so goddamn bad. And they already have multiple firsts because of the Texans trade.
Look,
so, like,
what
they're
are you
chilling.
talking about? They need a weapon so goddamn bad. Greg Dortch is the greatest of all time.
Okay, I love Greg Dortch, but chill the fuck out, dude. Oh.
He just torched He just torched the defending Super Bowl.
Bro, I would torch the defending Super Bowl champion.
82 yards.
I would have done the same thing.
Well, they're not the defending Super Bowl champions.
That's fair. Yeah, you said that first. You don't get to pretend like you're victory lapping.
I said the defending Super Bowl appearance. Philadelphia
You did
Eagles
not.
Is exactly what I said. I did not say the word defending.
Yes, you did.
Or I did not say the word Super Bowl champion.
Bro can't even figure out which thing he's lying about. Cut him. Cut MillerFootball from Run the North. No, actually, MillerFootball. I want you to talk about this. No, fucking Christ. Dude, I can't. Come back here, you little fucker. Dude. Jesus Christ. Not funny. No, because I actually. Stop it. We're skipping a game for a second. Talk about the Colts and Raiders for me for a second. I will be 2 seconds. Talk about Colts Raiders. Handle some business. Handle business. I'll be right back.
All right, I guess I'll talk about the Colts and Raiders. What the fuck do I talk about with the Colts and Raiders? They played a game of football. That is something they did. Amir Abdullah had multiple touches in this game in the year of our Lord 2023, which is hysterical. They couldn't get Zamir White going, which was a big reason why they lost. He only had 3.5 yards per carry, 20 carries for 71 yards. That's not great. Aiden O'Connell played fine. I think the main thing I can talk about here is just how good the Colts receiving weapons are. Like, we had Downs and Pierce go off for 50+. Michael Pittman had 46 on 5 receptions. Like, their receiver core is so well constructed. Michael Pittman has really emerged this year as a true number 1 receiver, somebody that you can rely on to make a big play over the middle, somebody you can rely on downfield, somebody that can just be your quarterback's best friend. Josh Downs was my wide receiver 3 coming into the year. He was my favorite wide receiver in the class, and I'm so happy that he has just been tearing it up on Indianapolis. He's had some stinker games, I won't lie, but he's just such a dynamic and electric football player. And I love that he's there with Pierce and Pittman because he complements them so well. And Pierce obviously had a sick 58-yard touchdown. It's a great deep threat for them. EJ Speed had an 8-tackle game. It's pretty cool. But other than that, like, I don't know. It was a football game that happened. I was just yapping about how good the Colts receivers are.
Like,
there is nothing to say here.
By Aiden O'Connell. I'm absolutely not, but
he is
worse
a cool
Derek
backup.
Carr.
He's a cool backup.
He even looks like Derek Carr, and it bugs me.
It's weird. He kind of does look like Derek Carr.
You know what I bet the Raiders wish they had right now, though, weirdly? As much as Saints fans want to talk shit on Derek Carr, but in reality, the Saints just aren't that good of a football team. They just don't want to admit that.
Yeah.
You know, the Raiders wish they had Derek Carr and not paid Jimmy G. That's what they wish. The Raiders would give anything to have the real number 4 back right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
True.
You want to play this, run the ball all the time type offense. That's cool. You still wish you had Derek Carr to make the throws that need to be made. You don't want to be asking Aiden O'Connell to throw it 47 times. You don't really want to ask that of Derek Carr either, But if you have Derek Carr, you might not need 47 times because not every play with Derek Carr has to be a screen pass or like a 5-yard slant.
Right.
You can have a real offense with Derek Carr. I'm not going to be the guy sitting here pretending Derek Carr's incredible, right? But Aiden O'Connell's not really a starting caliber quarterback. And I know a lot of people are pretending Derek Carr isn't, but he's definitely starting caliber, which is all the Raiders really needed to have been like competitive in the division. They could have won the AFC West, like genuinely. Even if Jimmy G had been like normal, that would have been cool. Jimmy G just was, it's almost like he was always a great coaching merchant. Weird. And a great defense merchant. Weird. Because I remember he had 4 good games for the Patriots. Oh, where Josh McDaniels was actually good. He's never called a good offense outside of New England. I don't know what that's about. Is Josh McDaniels going to be a Patriot again next year? Fucking probably.
Belichick's still there, yeah.
Yeah, well, okay. Is McDaniels going to be the OC of anywhere Belichick is? Yes. That's what I know.
Most likely, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Raiders. The Jaguars committed murder.
Yeah, they finally had their get-right game.
Except they didn't. They did, but if it doesn't contain T-Law, then the part that still needed to kind of get right again isn't right yet. I know the defense got better, but it's the Panthers.
I was going to say, deep boy Josh Allen with 3 sacks.
Josh Allen's been so good, man.
Mm-hmm. Evan Ingram,
so good,
his reemergence should be studied.
True. Maybe the Giants are just... Maybe the Giants just aren't allowed to have a good tight end. Because Darren Waller, I swear to God, has not caught a pass in a Giants uniform.
They sold their tight end souls for Jeremy Shockey.
Valid, though. Shockey the GOAT. So I'm here for it. Not really the GOAT, but... Because it's been a rough place for tight ends since then. You know, Kyle Rudolph, his career went there to die. Darren Waller's career has gone there to die. Evan Ingram's career went there and almost died from the get-go. It's a bad place for tight ends. Travis Etienne's good at football. David Tepper should be, forced to, not even sell the team. He should just be, forced out of the league. No money. He shouldn't... become even richer for selling the team.
$300,000 is all he got fined.
That's so lame.
It's 0.0014% of his net worth.
If I did that, I wouldn't even be allowed back in the stadium.
Look at that white boy go. What a guy.
The fuck are you talking about?
Sorry, I threw on Jeremy Shockey highlights.
Bro,
I just like Jeremy
Shockey highlights. Lol. Let's move on. Speaking of the Giants, they tried to beat the Rams. That was weird.
They did try.
That was weird.
We forgot to mention Travis Etienne, by the way.
We didn't. I said Travis Etienne's awesome. You just ignored me.
Sorry, I got distracted by Jeremy Shockey. I apologize.
You know who's good? Puka Nacua.
Jeremy Shockey. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Puka's incredible.
You know who else is really good, weirdly? Kyron Williams. Where the fuck did he come from?
Oh. Kyron Williams has been one of the 5 best backs in football this year, dude.
Yeah,
He's incredible.
I'm not going to give too much credit to Rams receivers, honestly. I can't. DeMarcus Robinson having a good game.
Stafford.
Yeah, because he's always made, not great receivers look awesome. Puka's just different because you can tell Puka's that guy just watching. Just like with Cooper Kupp or with Calvin Johnson. But, I mean, we saw Van Jefferson be great there, and he can't even get on the field over Mac Hollins. So, yeah, Stafford's just that guy. Dude, I don't want to be an NFC team in the playoffs right now. I don't want to be the Lions at all. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that the Vikings, if they can sneak into the playoffs. Yeah, Cowboys sounds terrifying in your head, right? But the Cowboys have so many flaws, right? That you can easily point to. It feels like the Rams have flaws, but none of them matter. Not one.
Right.
Well, you can take advantage of them with the run, right? No, because Saquon only can average 3.2 against them.
Yeah.
You can take advantage of their corners being bad. Not really. It's wild.
The Rams' rookie defenders are so incredible.
Yep.
Like, we were talking about Rookie of the Year candidates. Kobe Turner has a legitimate claim to it.
Yep.
He has the most sacks by a rookie DT in the past, decade. Byron Young's been awesome.
Yep.
Some of their corners, what's the little guy?
Oh, wait. Which little guy are you talking about? Because my head went immediately to Travius Hodges-Tomlinson, but I don't know. He didn't play this week. That's all I know. But I know he has played.
I thought he was having a year. Either way, Byron Young and Kobe Turner are the big two. Michael Hoyt's had a really good year. I don't think he's a rookie, but he's had a good year.
Yeah.
Ernest Jones has been unbelievable. Aaron Donald still, he had 2 sacks in this game.
Yeah.
Like,
you're still game planning
Rams
for
awesome.
Donald. You just are. I'm trying to find some stats for Trey.
The Rams are awesome. I love the Rams.
He's played a bit, but he doesn't have a ton of numbers. 13 tackles.
Ethan Evans, another rookie, 2 punts inside the 20-yard line.
Dubs.
Rams rookie class cooking. Meanwhile, let's check in on Eric Gray.
Wait, watch your mouth. He had 1 carry for 2 yards. Hey, watch your mouth.
And a catch for 6.
Hey, don't bully Eric Gray because the Giants are bad. Saquon's only averaging 3 yards carry. Chill the fuck out. Let's not. I'm talking about this game, but Gray. Dude, let's not bully the guy with 8 touches and pretend that means anything. His ninth touch could go for 99 yards. You don't fucking know. You don't know shit, stupid Bears fan.
That's not true. You know what I do know? I do know Jeremy Shockey was a fucking tank. That's what I know.
Bro's still watching Shockey highlight.
He just fucking mossed Brian Dawkins. He just mossed Brian Dawkins and went, yeah.
How about Isaiah Simmons, though?
That's the fucking guy. I don't know. Did he do something?
Yeah, he had a sack. A really big one that almost won the Giants the game.
Oh, yeah, that was him. Okay. Sorry, I'm too busy caring about Jeremy Shockey.
If you're the Cardinals, what the fuck did he do? Or do you just not want to pay him because you have to pay him at the end of the year? Is that it? Is that why you traded him for fucking nothing?
Really good for him. For them.
He'd be the best defensive player in Arizona. What are you talking about? They have zero talent
no, he would not.
on that defense. I know. Buddha. Shut up.
BJ Ojolari.
Oh, my.
Hold on. I just don't remember who's on that team. Owen Popoe's been good. Zaven Collins has been pretty good. Jalen Thompson's pretty solid. Dennis Gardeck's okay. Keitrell Clark's good.
You know what I am mad about for the Cardinals, though? Why do you keep doing this?
What, drafting athletes and then they don't work?
Well, drafting Isaiah Simmons has played safety, but you move him around all the time. But you pick all of the guys you can move around and do stuff with and then ruin all of them. Because I loved Simmons.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I called them athletes because in my head, that's what they are in NCAA 14.
But that's just what he is. He's an athlete. How do you ruin that? I mean, he's in a good place now. Having Wink Martindale get athletes is always good. But I think if I'm Isaiah Simmons, you know where I want to be? Because I'm going to be a free agent at the end of the year. I'm begging Baltimore to bring me in. Because Baltimore, that entire defense is just athletes. So just add another one.
True.
Just add one. You can put him wherever.
Hey, here's skinny Kyle Hamilton.
Right? Fuck, Patrick Queen might leave. You can just let him take Patrick Queen's place. Right. We all hated Patrick Queen until this year. We were all like, he should be good. Why is he so bad? Now he's good. But now he costs money, so he'll probably leave.
Roquan Smith. Smith Merchant.
Fair. Go let Isaiah Simmons be a Roquan Merchant. I'm cool with it. Niners Commanders. Sam Howell still sucks.
My glorious boo-boo bear.
Bro, I tried telling you. I tried warning you.
I had faith.
You should never have faith in a man named Sam.
You know who I do have faith in that had a good game?
Terry McLaurin.
I was gonna say Kyle Juszczyk. 3
Oh,
for 23 yards through the air.
there you go. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, we finally. Did you see the clip of Terry McLaurin being like, I just want to be a part of something like that, man? Talking about the Niners.
That's so sad.
Yeah, I know.
Free scary Terry, bro.
Dude, the Washington needs to free all their big pieces. Like, remember John Allen early this year when
Oh
he
my
got really
God.
sad?
Yeah. 7 fucking years of this shit, man. I don't want to do this anymore.
I think, genuinely speaking, I think John Allen will be out of Washington this offseason.
They just re-signed him, didn't they?
They re-signed him like 2 years ago, I think.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. If I'm Washington, blow it the fuck up. I don't know. Keep nobody. Let everybody free.
You know, John Allen signed his contract 2 years ago. It's looking
like you can build around Cam Curl and Emmanuel Forbes, I guess. And I guess you can keep Brian Robinson. There you go. There's your 3. Oh, that's not true. Jahan Dotson can stay. He hasn't suffered enough yet to be freed.
real.
You got to suffer at least 4 years before we're demanding freedom.
Yeah. But no, I think what's about to happen is Terry's going to get his quarterback finally, one way or another. Like, the Commanders are what, at the 2nd pick right now, I think?
I think so. You know what the Commanders should have done? Well, maybe not if they want to get Caleb or Drake or fucking who cares.
What?
They should have just started Jacoby Brissett. That has to be the most screwed over quarterback in all of NFL history. All he's done is go anywhere he's asked to go, play awesome, and then get benched for a loser every fucking time.
Yeah.
And yeah, come at me. I don't care. I will stand by that. I'm calling Tua a loser in this world. I don't fucking care. Fuck you. I don't care. I'm not a Tua hater, but I'm not a Tua lover, so I don't care. Jacoby Brissett, man, he's just played awesome everywhere he goes. Yeah, he's not Mahomes, but man, think of all those teams that had him who wish they had him back right now. All of them. All of them.
Right. Washington's lost 7 straight football games.
Yeah. Yeah. Because they keep doing this thing where they start Sam Howell, dude, and then in the second half, Jacoby Brissett comes and leads them to within a point of winning, and then that's it.
Montez and Chase Young got out at the right time.
Yeah, they really
Montez
did.
Still leads the Commanders in sacks.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, I get it. They don't have an edge rusher, but
he's going to be the first player in NFL history to lead 2 teams in sacks in the same season.
That's nuts.
Beat boy.
No, but
Beat boy as far as I'm concerned.
No, but fair.
I want to see how close the next guy is real quick.
No clue. While you're looking that up, though, I guess we can yell.
I'm going to find that out.
I told you guys last week, by the way. Tomlin, Devil Magic will never lose.
Oh, yeah. Oh, John Allen's only a sack behind.
He's not going to play this week, though. He quit. He's retiring for a week.
Good.
I don't think any of that's true, but we can't spend a lot of time on this game, but Devil Magic, it never loses.
The only thing I have to say is I'm mad. I'm mad the Seahawks don't know how to use Zach Charbonnet. It irks me to my core. Because they were running the ball so well in the first half of this game with Ken Walker, and then he goes down. You have Zach Charbonnet, who's a damn good back. If you're running the ball well, just plug him in. He had 2 carries.
Yeah.
That is inexcusable. You win this football game if you just give Zach Charbonnet the football on the ground.
That's okay. Period. We needed them to lose, so I'll take it. Well, we did. Well, you did also. Charbonnet, though. You did also. Yeah. Until the Vikings and Packers had a real winner.
And the Packers to tie.
I would have accepted a tie. I would have. Because it would have been less embarrassing. Chiefs, Bengals.
Yeah, also.
Oh, go ahead
I
first.
want to say Miles Jack needs to be executed.
Sure. Because he wears 14 as a linebacker.
16.
Same
Disgusting.
shit. It's bad either way.
He's a sinner.
Bengals, Chiefs. Jake Browning. Maybe you shouldn't talk so much shit when you're not that good. I don't know.
Yeah, what did he yapping to the the Vikings fans because they got rid of him.
He said, "You should have never fucking cut me." He screamed that at a camera and has not won a game since he did that. So maybe don't fucking yap so much, little bro. I don't know.
Listen, buddy. It ain't all sunshine and rainbows. Okay.
Oh, God.
He really thought it was.
Yeah.
And it's just not.
No.
You know who else thought it was all sunshine and rainbows and got proven wrong this week? Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
He was doing a lot of yapping to them Chiefs corners.
Bro always does a lot of yapping.
But where he at?
Nowhere. But guys, he has Jake Browning at quarterback, which a week ago y'all told me was a good thing, so I don't fucking care. Fuck you.
I stand by that on the season, but in this game, he just got locked down by L'Jarius Sneed, dude. L'Jarius is legit. L'Jarius is
You know
so
who
good.
else is legit? The angriest runner I've ever seen. Isaiah Pacheco. Yeah. Dude's just pissed off at the ground, and I love it.
I had the best conversation with my dad.
I swear he'd be so much faster if he stopped trying to kill the ground.
Yeah. So my dad feels about halfbacks the way I feel about fullbacks, right?
Sure.
Which is ironic considering he played fullback in college, or not in college, in high school. He didn't go to college for football because he was a short little guy and he wouldn't have made it. He was like 5'8". But watching football, his favorite thing to talk about is running backs and the way they run the football. Specifically, like he's obsessed with matching up runners who look similar. And he made the craziest point to me the other day when we were talking, and I had never put two and two together, but it makes so much sense. Isaiah Pacheco and Jahmyr Gibbs both run almost exactly like Jamal Charles. So insane. Like, more so Gibbs and Charles are like, almost look like the same football player when they run the football. Not to say that Gibbs is as good as Charles, but in terms of their aesthetic,
right.
Specifically like their gait, and the way they hold the football, it's the same thing. Isaiah Pacheco runs like if Jamal Charles was mad.
Yeah.
Like all the time. He's just an angry Jamal Charles in terms of how he runs the football. Dude. And it is so crazy, and I love it. It made me like Pacheco more, and I didn't think that was possible. Because now I see him and I'm just like, yeah, Jamal Charles is having a bad day.
Bro wants to kill the earth beneath his feet. It's insane.
Yeah. It's really funny.
Oh, I love it.
I love him for it.
It's incredible.
Also,
go ahead.
George Karlaftis is incredible.
Yeah.
Really good at this whole football thing.
Yeah.
He should get talked about more.
No. I don't know. I don't know why. Not because there are too many good edge rushers that don't get talked about. So no. Talk about all the edge rushers, or don't talk about him. I don't know. Pick one.
Yeah. Last thing I want to say about this game, I saw a tweet the other day, and it was one of the funniest tweets of the season. Somebody said that L'Jarius Sneed guarding T. Higgins is the most Dr. Seuss matchup in NFL history.
How'd that work out?
They sound like Dr. Seuss characters.
Oh,
in terms of their names,
that's what you mean.
L'Jarius and T.
Yeah, I got you. I see.
They sound like they'd be friends with Sam from Green Eggs and Ham, dude.
Fair, that's true.
Especially L'Jarius Sneed. L'Jarius Sneed is from fucking Thneedville, dude. You cannot tell me otherwise. He knows the Lorax.
Fair enough.
My god, he does! The Lorax is his coach!
I don't like it here.
We're
moving on.
The Lorax.
We're down. We're not letting you cook anymore.
I'm unraveling a fucking conspiracy here. I know what the NFL doesn't want you to.
You know what the conspiracy is?
That's where the Chiefs find these guys.
Sean Payton's still not that guy.
He has Jarrett Stidham at quarterback.
Yeah, you wanted Stidham more than Russ. So, fuck you.
I mean, Jarrett Stidham executed his offense to a okay degree. Still not good, but won you a football game.
Not better than Russ. And it'll win you a football game. Bro, who can the Chargers beat? I say that as I'm definitely picking them this week. Okay, no. Did they beat them with Easton Stick and no Keenan Allen and no Mike Williams and no anybody? No. The Chargers are not a real football team. They're not. Though I am picking them to win this week, but you'll know why when we get there. That's its own issue.
Did you see the stat that the Chargers are the worst rushing offense of the past decade this year?
Does that surprise anybody? Austin Eckler's
I just love it.
Dude, looking at Austin Eckler run, I would bet my life savings I can beat him in the 40. It's insane. I've never seen someone move that slow.
It's really time for Austin Eckler to become a family man.
It really is. Even more so than so many other people. Like we talk about, like Derrick Henry and Dalvin Cook. They can still kind of do something. Eckler ain't got nothing. It's sad.
Yeah.
Lil Jordan Humphrey legacy game.
Listen, real quick, I was just about to say, Jerry Jeudy is done.
He still had 3 for 54.
He has been replaced. Lil Jordan Humphrey is taking his locker and his job and his woman.
No. Whoa.
He's taking everything.
Moving on to the worst game I watched in a while. Jaren Hall.
Yeah, talk about this, because what happened?
Jaren Hall was terrified to make a mistake, so he didn't ever pull the trigger.
Didn't he just blitz?
Not even. So big step. You know how I was talking about Reisner giving up like 5 pressures on the year? 3 of them were this week.
Well, he gave up 3 pressures to a Joe Barry offense or defense. I see why he's not a
No, stop with that. Christian Darrisaw gave up 3 pressures. Brian O'Neill dude, Vikings quarterbacks, because Jaren Hall and Nick Mullins were pressured on 26 of their 38 total dropbacks. Or 32, sorry. It was 32 total dropbacks. They were pressured on 26 of them. Joe Barry blitzed 9 times.
Insane.
The offensive line didn't show up. The running game didn't come to play at all. Jaren Hall was afraid. Like, all these people talking about, well, Kevin O'Connell needed to scheme him up some easy throws. You can go look. There were 4 receivers open on every one of his dropbacks. He was either under pressure or he just panicked because he didn't want to make a mistake, and there's nothing worse in football than a quarterback who's afraid to make a mistake. It was the reason why at halftime I was one of the guys saying, put Nick Mullins in, because at least he's not scared. Nick Mullins is the farthest thing from scared. He don't give a shit. Like, I don't know. And stop throwing the... Why was Johnny Munt on the field more than Josh Oliver? I don't understand this.
Johnny Munt.
What? Why are we hyping up Johnny Munt?
Best tight end on the Vikings.
I don't know about that.
Play him more. Give him a lifetime contract. Pay him more than Kelsey. He deserves it.
Fucking Flores' defense just decided they weren't there. I think a Caleb Evans, at least for this season, has been ruined by T. Higgins. That play where he got mossed and then Higgins did the like reach back thing. A Caleb Evans has not had a good play since then. Like, that broke a Caleb Evans, which is sad because he was awesome all year before that. Also, apparently, the defensive player of the year in general apparently was Byron Murphy. He hasn't played in 2 weeks, and Flores' defense has been shit for 2 weeks. Byron Murphy was better than we all thought, apparently, because god damn, this defense sucks without him. He's the only guy that we're really missing.
Oh, no.
Wasn't I just what?
I remembered what your actual little bit was. I thought you were saying like 2 weeks ago that I would be happy because Byron Murphy was bad, but you actually were trying to say that I would enjoy a Byron Murphy injury like some sort of cretin.
No, Byron Murphy's awesome. I loved him the whole time. I just get annoyed with how we use him sometimes. Like the Broncos game. Byron Murphy was great. Jerry Jeudy didn't have a fucking catch on him, which is cool. But why are we leaving Mekhi Blackman one-on-one with Cortland Sutton when Mekhi's built to guard Jerry Jeudy and Byron Murphy's built to guard Cortland Sutton? None of that made sense. That was just bad scheming. But none of that matters. What matters here is it's like nobody wanted to be in this game. Though Lewis Seen recorded his first career tackle, which is good because I think we just witnessed Harrison Smith's last game at home for Minnesota. And I think we're about to witness his last game ever.
The Vikings or just in general, do you think he's going to retire?
I kind of think just in general. It's sad. It hurts my soul. But I think he's done. Maybe he'll go somewhere else and that's cool, good for if he does, I hope he wins a Super Bowl wherever he goes, all that, because he's a legend. And what I would prefer if he's going to be done with the Vikings, I'd prefer he just be done. Just because he's not that guy anymore, let's be real. But also, I don't like seeing my legends play for other teams. But if he's going to continue playing, it won't be for Minnesota. He's got a $16 million cap hit, and it's only $2 million if we cut him. He's gone. Either way, he's gone.
Yeah.
So I hope it's like a retirement and everybody's happy thing. But also, I don't want to see him go either. But, like, it's time. I talked about it earlier in the year, and earlier in the year he was still playing well. He looks like he's given up, which to me means it's time. When you've stopped trying is when I'm done. And I think you probably should be. And it looks like he stopped trying, which none of that all the people saying, well, it's because the Vikings aren't good. You win that game and you're a playoff team. That's all it would have taken. Like, giving up in that game makes no sense. Except for I just don't think he's got it in the tank anymore, which sucks.
Yeah.
That's what I know. The Vikings didn't come to play, and it hurts. And maybe it was Jaren Hall's first drive being, incompletion pick. I'm not going to blame him for the pick too much, though. It wasn't the best throw, but it hit Johnny Munt in both hands. That's a drop. Yeah. I don't care. I don't care if, however you have to move your body. Well, it was behind him. He got both hands on it. I don't care. And he didn't get hit and lose it. He just dropped it. And it got popped up in the air and it was pick. Which I think from there, that tanked Jaren Hall's brain even worse. Jordan Love played well because the defense wasn't there. Aaron Jones is really good at football. We all knew that, though. Apparently, Bo Melton is the best receiver on the Packers, so do with that information.
Let's go.
What you will.
Oh, Melton. Rutgers legend.
Tough year. That's what I know. Tough way to end the year. We have ended 2 years in a row getting blown out by the Packers, and that hurts. Because that was the last game of 2022 also, was that Packers game. So that hurts.
Yeah.
2 years in a row. But let's move on to picking some games, because we are, well, unless you have something to say about this game, but it sounded like you said you didn't watch.
I didn't watch it. I'm going to be real. I'm watching Cole Kmet highlights, bro. I don't
Why are you watching highlights?
I saw Bo Melton went crazy. Because I had this second monitor thing is pretty cool.
Yeah, but
and
you're too distractible to be watching games while we talk.
Well, no, I can do it. It's just I was paying attention. I just didn't have anything to contribute because I didn't watch the game.
Fair enough. How do you not watch the Sunday night football game between your two biggest rivals for a playoff spot?
It was New Year's.
Yeah, who cares? It was well before midnight.
Not at a party. I was at a friend's house.
They should have been watching the game too, fucking losers. Who's not watching football?
I mean, fair. I don't know. I just didn't know where the TV was.
What kind of friends are those? No.
my theater kid friends, unfortunately.
You're a theater kid. Jake's a theater kid. Watch fucking football.
I know, but they don't like football like one of them does. One of them's Andrew, but I didn't know where the TV was in the house.
So let's move on to our game picks because we're well over the 2-hour mark now because we're bad at our jobs.
How far well over?
15 minutes over already.
Oh, okay, that's not that bad. Okay, let's
It's because me and you are very fluent in Japanese, so
that's very true.
We can yap all day.
What a beautiful throw!
God damn it! Will you knock it off? All right,
But it's Cole Kmet.
let's go game by game here. You want to write yours down for Jakey Boy to make the graphic later?
I've got my phone here.
Sick. All right, let's see. We've got Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Lamar's not going to play.
Oh yeah, that's right. They're sitting starters.
Right. That's a thing that's a caveat we've got to put in a lot of games.
Right.
There are no starters for the Ravens. So I'm taking Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I will do the same. They're playing for something.
Yeah, and the Ravens are really not. So
yeah.
Houston, Indy.
Me, Houston.
I'm taking Stroud. I have too much faith in the Rook.
Stroud, and then their I didn't talk about it earlier, but their defense has been awesome. I love their defensive line.
And Gardner Minshew finally hit his wall. We all knew it was coming.
Yeah.
It came. I've noticed a trend in my picks this week. A lot of teams I'm picking to lose at home, which is weird.
I'm not doing that for this next game.
Oh, I am, because for my needs, well, I don't know what game you're looking at for the next one, but for what the Vikings need...
I was looking at Titans-Jaguars.
That is not next on my list. Next on my list is Falcons-Saints.
Oh, okay. I'm just looking at NFL, like the Google. So Falcons-Saints...
I get that. I'm not, but I have this app that I use for a picks leaderboard thing I'm in real life. So I'm just using it. But I'm going to go Falcons because I need the Saints to lose for the Vikings to get a playoff spot. So.
Makes sense.
Yeah. That is it. That is why I'm picking the Falcons. So go Birds.
What's our next game?
We got Jags-Titans. I'm going to take the Jags. Really?
Did you see the Vrabel press conference?
Yeah, but the Jags are playing for the division. They have to win.
No, but dude, hold on. I gotta find what Vrabel said.
Vrabel's not. He's already out. He's not coaching the Titans again. That's the news. Apparently, his contract's up anyways. He can leave. He's gone. The new head coach of the New England Patriots is him.
Well,
imagine.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying. They asked him about the season. He said, "Yeah, losing fucking sucks."
Yeah.
So I'm sipping the Vrabel Kool-Aid. I think he's gonna have them playing way better than they should.
I can't picture the Jags losing out on the division. I just can't.
I'm gonna do it. Plus the Stroud winning the division narrative.
Is Trevor Lawrence gonna play? I don't know, but give me the Jags to win on the road. He's considered day to day. That's what we've got. I don't know. I'm going Trevor.
Fair.
Then we've got Vikings-Lions. The Lions are playing their starters just to try to play spoiler.
They are?
Yeah. I'm still
the Lions, then.
yeah. I have picked them for 17 weeks. For 16 of 17 weeks because bye week doesn't count. I will be picking them again. I don't care. It's called being a fan. Grow up. Vikings. Also, I think it would be funny. The Lions are crying so much. They're going to play their starters in hopes to play spoiler. It would be funny as fuck for them to lose at home. After all that crying, to lose to Nick Mullins. I think it would be funny. But I like that you're not... Every time you pick the Vikings lose. So please stick with the Lions. Thank you. Just this one time.
I want the Lions to lose.
For me. But stick with your Lions pick just for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I got you. I'm picking up. I'm picking it up now.
Them to lose.
Next, we've got Jets at Patriots. The Jets defense is awesome. I'm not betting against Belichick in his final game in New England.
Give me the Patriots.
I think this could be his final game in New England, so I'm going to take the Patriots. We've got Bucks at Panthers. There will be one person in the stadium in Carolina, and it'll be David Tepper.
I'm going to pick Panthers.
Really? What? Why? Oh, you're picking the Saints to win the division.
Because...
Weird.
Unfortunately. No, I'm picking the Panthers solely because the Bears have the number 1 pick locked up, and I haven't picked the Panthers all season, so I feel bad.
But Bake Show.
Convinced me.
Yeah, let's go Buccaneers. Yeah. Oh, hey,
I'll
let's
go
go
with the
Buccaneers. Forgot I was wearing a Bucs jersey.
Can't bet against Brady.
Yeah, right. Can't bet against Brady. I love that this is the second Super Bowl jersey I own. I don't know how that happened. Buying Super Bowl jerseys.
Ramsey's the other one, right?
Yeah. Next one will probably be Travis Kelce, because I think I'm just going to buy for the Chiefs and Eagles, just go Kelce brothers. It feels right.
Yeah.
Even though Jalen Hurts is an Oklahoma guy, and that's, my thing, maybe I'll own 2 Eagles jerseys. I don't fucking know. Moving on. Browns at Bengals, with the Browns starting somebody I've never heard of, I think.
Really?
Flacco's not playing because they can't move up or down.
They give me the Bengals.
Who are the Browns starting? Hold on.
DTR?
It didn't sound like it.
They also have Jeff Driscoll on roster.
It might be Jeff
PJ
Driscoll.
Walker. Okay, then yeah, give me the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bungles as well. I don't know. I have no clue. I saw it earlier, but I already forgot. None of that matters. Next, we've got Seahawks at Cardinals.
Give me the Hawks.
For my playoff hopes, I gotta pick the Cardinals. Go Kyler, go Kyler, go. Moving on to the game Miller cares about most, Bears at Packers. Again, for the playoffs,
yeah, Bears are playing spoiler.
Me Chicago.
The Bears are playing spoiler, man.
We've got Philly and the Giants. I don't know if Philly's resting starters or not. I would hope not, because they've been bad. And so you don't want to go into the playoffs with that. But I'm going to take Philly. I don't know if I should.
I'm going to do the same.
Then we've got the backup.
Say real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Just because we jumped off of it, did you hear what Justin Fields said about the Packers this week?
No.
I gotta find the
Be something good.
It was fucking funny. It was funny. Don't worry. I think the question they asked him something along the line of like, "Are you worried about the fans having an impact on the game? Because it's like in Lambeau and all that." And he said, "Yeah, their fans are going to be loud because there's not much to do in Green Bay except watch football." Like, yeah, Justin, you're right.
Yeah.
Good on you. You understand what it's like.
Yeah.
It was just funny. It felt like a line out of like a fucking 80s sitcom for some reason. Like a really corny joke, and I loved it.
That's fair.
That's my quarterback.
That's fair.
That's my quarterback.
Let's go to the backup bowl now. Neither team is starting any of their starters. Rams at Niners. Carson Wentz versus Sam Darnold. The battle of number 2 overall picks.
I'm going Niners just based off principle.
I'm also going Niners entirely because I was like, I picked too many road teams, so give me the Niners. Then, in another interesting turn of events for me, Denver versus Vegas. Broncos Raiders.
I have to pick.
Yeah. So I'm picking Denver for the opposite reason for the Vikings. If we lose, Denver winning gives us a better draft pick. I'm betting both ways, bro. I'm picking both sides.
I'll take the Broncos then.
Because I'm a weirdo, and when games line up this way, I can pick in a world. The Vikings, all they got to do is win if all my picks are right, and they make the playoffs. If they lose, 9th overall pick, and we're in a spot to go get a guy. So I'm down for either one. Chiefs Chargers with Blaine Gabbert starting for the Chiefs.
I still trust the Chiefs more than I trust the Chargers.
I don't know, man. The Chiefs already suck with Mahomes. I wouldn't even
I
be
know, but
sure they could
Easton
win with
Stick.
Mahomes.
But Easton Stick.
But Blaine Gabbert.
Gabbert has a ring.
So do I. That doesn't mean anything. Bought one on eBay. It means just about as much as Gabbert's does. Shots fired. We lost Miller. He's dead. I'm gonna ramble because Miller not here. Let's start counting the pops he's got behind him. So I see a Justin Fields one. I think is that just supposed to be a Bears fan one? And then I got no clue who else is up there. That's Jordan. I see Spider-Man's. I see somebody come get her. Dude, I don't know. I can't tell just by looking at pops who they all are most of the time. I see a Pokeball, which is pretty sick. I see a WWE title right there. Okay, so I can just talk about the Chargers-Chiefs game. Like, I don't know what the answer is. They're both bad. I don't trust anyone here. I think we lost Miller, unfortunately. Yeah, Gabbert's going to start. I assume Kelsey will start, or will not start. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know. The Chargers aren't a real football team. The Chiefs' backups aren't that good because their starters aren't that good. I'm just gonna go as if this is over, maybe. I can make my pick for the last game, that's for sure. Or the last two. Maybe. I would love to be talking to Miller about this. I'm gonna go ahead and send him a... No, there he is. Hello.
I'm back.
Golly.
My internet hates me today.
Who'd you pick?
What? Chiefs, Chargers?
Yeah, you going Chiefs?
Yeah.
I am doing that thing where I can't keep picking road teams, so I'm going to pick the Chargers.
Interesting.
Yeah. Dude, I don't know. Does it matter? None of it matters. It doesn't even matter for, like, our weekly standings, you know?
I suppose not.
I don't even know if...
Yeah.
Can you catch up? I'd have to go really bad, which could happen.
I don't...
But it's not likely, which is so unfortunate.
You should have thrown it on purpose so you don't have to give yourself a trophy.
I just picked the Chargers, bro. What do you think I'm doing?
Okay.
Cowboys at Commanders.
Oh, I forgot about the Cowboys game. The Cowboys.
And there's another game after that still.
There is?
Bills Dolphins?
Yeah. No, I knew that.
Oh.
I was saying because I texted my picks into the group chat, but I forgot the Cowboys game.
I don't know. Are the Cowboys resting?
Even if they're not, I'm still taking them over the Commanders.
Well, if they're resting starters, I'm going to take the Commanders. No, the Cowboys are still fighting for the division, technically. I'm going to take the Cowboys. I changed my mind. All right, final game of the week. Bills at Dolphins, Sunday Night Football. Tua, Allen, who you got?
Division on the line.
Yep, who you got?
I'm taking the Dolphins.
El Bozo, I'm taking the Bills. So here's the thing. Tyreek Hill is in a walking boot still. Jalen Waddle is banged up. Give me Josh Allen with no weapons. I trust him to win a game more than I trust Tua to win a game with no weapons. That's just how it is.
See, you're overthinking this. You're overthinking this.
They both have fullbacks.
Dolphins have Alec Ingold.
Reggie Gilliam.
Dolphins have Alec Ingold.
Reggie Gilliam.
He's cool. He's no Alec Ingold.
You're overthinking this. The Bills have Josh Allen.
Who? He plays for the Jaguars, buddy.
Oh, my
I don't know what you're
Lanta.
yapping about.
Oh, my Lanta. Dude, I can't bet against the Bills, man. I've been saying it for 5 weeks, and they've won for 5 weeks. I trust the Bills with the back up against the wall more than I trust the Dolphins ever. I can't bet on the Dolphins to win a game because they don't do it when you need to bet on them.
That's valid.
So
I get that. I'm still gonna do it.
Their defense has to play perfectly for their offensive style to work, and losing Bradley Chubb means they've got like one pass rusher who's going to be lined up against Deion Dawkins most of the game. Good luck, bud.
Yeah, fair. Oh well.
But hey, Diggs versus Jalen Ramsey is going to be fun. So
yeah.
I'm going to take the Bills and call that good.
Oh, I am sleepy.
Bro's eepy. All right. Well, Miller, you doing the outro? Or am I doing the outro?
Thank you all very much for watching this installment of Run the North. We really appreciate it. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, as we want more subscribers. You like what you just watched, so you should want to get notified when it comes out. I feel like that's a pretty simple transaction. You should also leave a like, because that gives us a little bit of serotonin. And I'm a Bears fan, he's a Vikings fan. We need serotonin. We don't get much of that. So if you like that we're currently on this earth, maybe leave a like, because that'll help a little bit with that.
Every view that we get that doesn't have a like, I'm just going to think about how that person doesn't want me on this earth anymore. This is going to be bad for my mental health. I love it.
I messed up. But anyways, you should do that. Also, Jake uploaded a video on the channel.
Yes.
Talking about the Russell Wilson situation. You should go watch that.
Shout out to Grayson
videos
for
like
the thumbnail for that.
Yes, he did the thumbnail for that. But Grayson's still an icky little duck man, so.
Whoa, why we icky little duck man?
Because I have to take one shot at Grayson per episode, and I forgot. But yeah,
okay.
Go watch that, like this, subscribe, all that good stuff. You can also check us out on like Apple Podcasts and Spotify and anywhere else you get your podcasts. And there's links to all of our like individual stuff down in the description. Go check that out also as well, please, because we like attention. But anyways, I think that's gonna do it. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.